Health nuts? Wow, they already tried to cut me off in 10 seconds. I need your help today. I had a video, which I'll show you in a minute, which had hundreds of thousands of views, had 130,000 live views, and it's gone. It is gone. It appears, it looks like we're not the only one reporting on this who are having our videos erased. I just want to show you last night that this is me. I could be lying, but these are my text messages. And at 1:54 a.m. I said, they may have found his body tonight, murdered male. Found, not sure yet, but I knew it was him, and I actually commented 19 hours ago about it, and I actually in the comment said his death, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So that's something I wrote a friend, and it's why CDC scientists' mysterious disappearance isn't like other missing persons cases, because it's so weird, and now they're saying, oh, he just drowned after all the mystery. So let me tell you what happened. This is going to be, I'm going to just put it on the blanket there for a minute. I need as many as you to share this as possible. It went viral before, and censorship happened, like it always does, it seems, and it's gone. But just for justice for Dr. Timothy Cunningham, for this man who is gone at 35 years old and found dead, and was a commander in the Navy, and one of the top scientists, Dr. Cunningham. Pam says, are the police in on this? I don't know, Pam. That's a good question. Joanne, 2 doctors were found. Well, 2 doctors. Dr. Timothy Cunningham was found dead on Tuesday. Both were released today. The news that they are dead. They did not let them know. So I need as many people on this video as possible. Let me show you what's going on, and there is so much going on. I don't know that I have a lot of energy left, but I'm going to try. I have so many tabs open. Hold on, I don't want to show. Oh, there's all these texts. Sorry. I don't want to show you guys the wrong thing. Hold on, just sorry. Hope bad over there, but hold on. I'm trying to find it. Okay, so as you can see, Fakebook's going to try to cut me off all night, guys. Fakebook is going to try to cut me off left and right. We had 135,000 live viewers. I can't play this video now because it's gone. They took it down. They censored us. As you can see, no longer. Content cannot be found. That's 135,000 people, and it's insane. So I'm going to exit out of that now because there's not really any reason to keep that open. How is Dr. Merciless doing with the loss? I don't know if you mean Mercola but we're just going to exit out of this. So the police. Guys, I don't have a lot of energy left in me. We had 2,000 on live earlier. I know that's not going to duplicate. Then guess what I did? I was so tired after doing a 2.5-hour live video to hundreds of thousands of people. Oh, here's another copy of it when I was trying to edit it, but now it's just gone. Then I went live again. So this is I'm going into my 6th hour being live today, all for nothing, because I went live on my personal page. So that's me. This is my personal page. I went live on there. Yes. Oh, we also have the 87th holistic doctor found dead. We haven't gotten there yet, but I want to concentrate on Dr. Timothy Cunningham first. Come on. And I accidentally, on my second video, being so exhausted, I went live on my personal page, but still we had 10,000 views. But obviously this personal page is 5,000 friends you're capped at, and I maybe have 42,000 followers. That's it. I mean, you know, this page has about, we just gained a lot today, 1 million likes and follows. Some are overlapping. Thank you. I'm glad this video is going to be somewhat big, and we are going to get the word out there. The people on the last viral video were sharing. That's all I can ask you to do. And at this point, guys, I mean, I'm tired. It's been a long day, and I got to do a Del Bigtree show tomorrow. Asked me to be on. I don't know if it's about this, but I'm going to do it. So it says today, well, this is an old article from a few weeks ago, March 13th. The CDC says its missing researcher wasn't denied a promotion, but police state otherwise. And I'm going to be drinking coconut water just to try to keep going in this video, guys. So we have Dr. Timothy Cunningham. He was a top CDC scientist and had his doctorate in science from Harvard, okay? So this guy who's kind of upset me today, but like people said, you know, who knows really who's calling the shots, right? O'Connor at the Atlanta PD, he's probably not going to be very happy with me. I'm going to be calling there tomorrow. But they were brave. They said that the CDC saying it's missing researcher, now he's, found, this doctor, wasn't denied a promotion, but they state otherwise. And they said that the CDC told them he was denied a promotion. This is the 3rd time I've done this today, guys. And I don't know that Fakebook's not going to take it down again, but we're going to keep going. And all I can ask for you is, I'm exhausted after today. And I actually was in the hospital for 2.5 days for the first time ever, like with exhaustion and dehydration. All I ask is that you guys get this video out and share. Dr. Mercola and I have lost so many of our friends, loved ones, colleagues. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. So it says, okay, wait, let me get this. Exactly 1 month after Dr. Cunningham vanished, abandoning everything he would need to survive and leaving no clues to his whereabouts, CDC issued an unusual rebuke of that police finding. There has been news coverage. Commander Cunningham recently did not receive a promotion, CDC said a statement Monday. As many of his colleagues in the USPH have pointed out, this information is incorrect. So basically the CDC says the Atlanta PD is lying. But it gets crazier. Let's see. I have so many stories. I'm not sure. I'm trying to find this one. Okay, so the other thing I have to show you right away you have to watch this one with me. Of course, I played it 3 times today or 4 times in videos. Facebook's trying to cut me off, guys. They're trying to cut me off. You're going to see the skips in this video. Watch this. They just said, oh, we just think he accidentally drowned today, left everything behind. All he had was 3 crystals in his pocket. But watch this. He was from a prominent family, obviously. And yes, for those asking, when he was found dead in the Chattahoochee River in Georgia, and did he know how to swim? Yes. He was a commander in the Navy. He has a doctorate from Harvard. Yes, he knew how to swim. He had to know how to swim. Just to be one of the top people in the military, one of the top people at CDC, he had to. Just in boot camp, he had to learn how to swim. Now watch this. I'm sure he knew as a child how to swim. Watch this.
Nearly 2 months ago, but tonight there are new developments in the search for missing CDC employee Timothy Cunningham. Now, Cunningham's parents tells our Fox sister station in Cleveland that Timothy provided a clue just 24 hours before his disappearance. They claim he received a disturbing text from their son, but they won't elaborate. Cunningham's father says he shared that information with detectives. The 35-year-old vanished on February 12th after leaving his job at the CDC on Buford Highway. He left his car, his wallet, and his dog behind.
So he left his job on Buford Highway. He lived just off of Buford Highway. We're going to go into that too. And there were some people surprised that actually... Okay, Facebook is going to try to cut us off left and right, guys, but we're not. Okay, we are going to keep on this. And thank you for being, you guys almost drive me to tears because you're back. So 19 hours ago, and I did edit it, but you guys can look at my edits. It talked about it. This was about the possibility of his death and where they found the body. And if it was him, I said the fact CDC says Atlanta PD is lying. Their stories are conflicting. Should be enough that Dr. Cunningham's death is suspicious. He just got a promotion, was on top of the world, if the CDC is telling the truth. According to his own colleagues in the CDC, we have 85 doctors dead, but maybe that's a coincidence. And maybe, hey, who knows? But this was where his house was. This is last night's video. I commented on that 19 hours ago, even though they didn't announce the death until today, because I'm on top of this stuff, guys. So hold on, just watch for a second.
This is where Timothy Cunningham lives, or lived, however you want to say it. Right here.
They didn't know it was him yet.
And just a half mile from his house, right here, I'll even measure it for you live so you can watch it. It's 0.56 miles to access the river.
Okay, so he was found in the Chattahoochee River. That's really all I wanted to show you, and that I was writing about this 19 hours ago. For those who doubt that I was already on it before they even named him. And what's more interesting is that despite the fact that they found, lots of black males dead, and the parents said they were really nice about it. His mom and dad said they're so sorry for every, black male that they were found dead that they were contacted about. It wasn't him. But I knew last night that it was him. I even said to my friend in those text messages you saw at 2 a.m. going on 24 hours ago, because it's 10 p.m. now. I said, I know it's him. I feel it's him. And it was. But we have to get the word spread. Now, why did they take the videos down? Some people say because this case is so huge. Some people say because he's African American. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if you're left. I'm not trying to, it sounds like a bad song or something. It doesn't matter if you're left, white, black, white. We have to, left, right, black, white. We have to share this video and get the word out because we had hundreds of thousands of views, shares, and it was erased. And Facebook appeared, someone put a video up showing how they think it got erased on Facebook or censored. Now their video and theirs is gone. Also, I did a video, which I guess I can show you on air in Elizabeth. I did a video of the City of Atlanta Police Department live doing the news conference on their website. And then their video disappeared. We will never have proof of that because I didn't get a download or upload or whatever my video, rip it before my video disappeared, but it showed live the Atlanta Police Department's video disappearing at the news conference about his death. Now, the news conference is still up, but everybody wants to know when you go to Atlanta Police Department, hold on now, when you go to City of Atlanta Police Department, everybody's asking what happened to the video. So that's why I have to call them, but I haven't had a chance. So here's this is Atlanta PD, guys. I don't know if you've been there, but it's kind of a big city. And, I mean, it's hard for me to believe that he was sending what his parents called disturbing text. Oh, and did I mention that Dr. Timothy Cunningham also told his neighbor, hey, he said, hey, he told the neighbor, tell your wife just to take her number out of my phone. Just take it out of there. Right? And now they're saying in the press release, they're chuckling and laughing and, cutting up before they do their news conference. The reporters, especially doing softball questions to Atlanta PD, they're saying, hey, he just drowned. Really? After that, he told neighbors, hey, take my number out of phone. Take your number out, my number out of your phone. After he wrote his mom and dad disturbing texts. After the CDC said, oh, no, he wasn't denied a job promotion. Atlanta PD says, oh, yes, you told us he was. Oh, but no, there's nothing mysterious about any of that. Look, I don't care what the reason is. We have so many, I'm trying to find a link to it. We have so many doctors dead, whether they have all backgrounds, ethnicities, ages, male, female, different countries, especially United States. This is crazy. So what I need, and we now are at 1,000, we are up to 2,000 live at one time, but what I need is for you guys to share this, because obviously, and some of the leaders of other websites that have had trouble and gotten banned today for sharing this, and my video came down, you saw just live, it was 135,000 views, it was at 7,000 shares, and then it went up to like 30,000 shares, and then it was gone. Within 3 hours, not even 2 hours, it was gone. Cover up. Okay, yeah, we got a lot of people on here. So I want to show you, gosh, I've got so many tabs, and we have another doctor dead too. I just don't know that I have the energy to do two different stories. Let's see, hold on a second. I want to show you there's so many. We'll just go there again. I don't know where that went. City, I want to show you the city. Let's exit out of that one because it's so sad we have to leave the video. That was the video that I started earlier today where I was showing you the beautiful ocean here in Florida because we're in the neighboring state of Georgia where he was found dead. Dr. Timothy Cunningham worked at the CDC and he lived right nearby and then is found in a river in the Chattahoochee. So fake book's going to keep cutting us out, but we're coming back. He left work sick. And then they said, well, maybe he went jogging. So here it is happening now. The Atlanta police are holding their press conference. So what are the questions? Everybody is saying the press conference has been posted to YouTube, though they cut part of it off. So what happened to the live video? Why is the live video gone? People are saying there are thousands of pairs of eyes watching the police department. You better handle the case. There's no accident. Do your job. Look for his murder. His family deserves justice. We all know this is foul play. This man is killed in cold blood by our government. This man knew something. He went homesick, left his keys, wallet, and dog at home, went out for a jog, then drowned himself in a river. This is a complete cover-up and lies. Quit killing innocent people. We want the truth. People want to know. You say he went home sick. He was so sick, but he went for a swim or a jog. He's not going to go jump in the Chattahoochee by the interstate, guys. Did you take down the live video because you were cracking jokes about Fox News? They were. That's on there still. I don't know if they cut it off now. Shame on the police department. I said, rest in peace. May I ask why the video stopped midstream and was deleted on this channel? I had it live on my video, guys. Respectfully, journalist Aaron Elizabeth. P.S. He makes number 86. So 14 people like that. You do the right thing. He was murdered. But now, of course, they're saying there's Del Bigtree. I'm going on his show tomorrow. I don't know why I wasn't linking him. I don't know why somebody was. So there is a YouTube link somewhere. We got to find it. So they say, oh, City of Atlanta Police Department said all they did is posted this. I guess they're not giving an answer as to why the video was taken down. So why do we have to watch it here? Why can't we watch it on Facebook? Did the Atlanta Police Department watch it? And I don't even know if I can sit through this, but I'll show you part of it because it's pretty crazy. I don't even think get the app. I don't even know. Wow, you can't even watch it. That's okay. I have it on YouTube too. Oh gosh, if anybody has a link, let me know. So here we go. Yep, look, you can't even watch it. That's okay. Don't leave me. I'll get it for you here. If there's not a link on YouTube, here it is. Here it is. So they posted this one too.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Jan Gorniak.
You know, I think I know why they did this. At the beginning, everybody was making jokes and laughing. They were like 10, 15 minutes late. People were cutting it up. Strange people walking up to the microphones were like, who's that? They've edited this. This is the Atlanta PD's edited version of the news conference, guys. And so you won't want to listen to all this because it's boring. And basically she says that they found no disease. They're saying that they found no illness, you know, but besides his body being decomposed, they found no disease, no surprise. But then the questions from the pharma media, and also, oh, you can still see the mics there, good. So you see the microphones, whether it's CBS, and actually these guys have come down and interviewed me here in Florida. They came down for 2 days. I've gone on with some of the family members of the doctors on Discovery Channel. I've done everything I can to get the word out about this, but I need you guys to share, and please give our page a like or follow. We had a viral video with hundreds of thousands of views, and obviously, leaders of sites much bigger than mine are writing me saying they do not, with this doctor out of 86, they don't want this heard. Why do you think that is? The CDC basically said the Atlanta PD was lying. The Atlanta PD says that the CDC, they're saying they lied. I mean, they're pointing fingers, and I don't know who lied. Somebody's lying. And I don't think Timothy Cunningham was found with 3 crystals in his pocket, left his, I was told, keys, definitely his dog, his wallet, everything at home. His beloved dog, Bojangles, who he would drive to Tuskegee, remember the Tuskegee experiments in Alabama? 2 hours just to have Bojangles' teeth cleaned. So you're telling me he did that he would leave the dog at home and then go out when he's sick and end up falling in the Chattahoochee in a remote area? I mean, how do you even get there from where he was on foot? And all he had was 3 crystals in his pocket. And if he had really been there for 7 weeks, wouldn't the crystals have slipped out of the pocket by now? What was it, some like special zip-locked plastic waterproof pocket? You've got to be kidding me. Watch this.
GORNIAK.
This goes on forever, but
relatively ID today.
You barely hear it.
Dental records as Mr. Timothy Cunningham.
I think they did this.
We had a tentative ID based on body identification.
Fake book's going to cut us off all day.
So the autopsy was completed yesterday afternoon. There was no signs of any foul play. Right now, the preliminary cause of death is drowning.
How do you know on a body that's been out there 7 weeks, that's decomposed, and you had to use dental records, that there's no signs of foul play? How do you know that? Even if they injected something into him, even if they strangled him, even if they just held him down in the water. And look, I'm not one to usually speculate, but this man was telling his neighbors, delete my number from your phone. He was writing what his parents called disturbing texts that they felt were clues 24 hours before he was found. Guys, I mean, you've got to get the word out there. Yes, did you notice that? Joanna Fig says, what's with the Mr. and not doctor? Finally, the right guy calls him doctor. And all this is really unimportant because she just says, look, there's no foul play. Then the next guy,
we refer to as a swift water rescue team.
He talks about looking for the body.
Stafford, Atlanta Fire Department, Public Information Officer, CORTEZ.
This one's a little more interesting. I don't know if this is the part in the video. Stick with me. Every time you see it, every time you guys see it, somebody share it. I need you all to share this. We lost our hundreds of thousands of views gone viral. This guy at least tries to explain, look, he said, we didn't see the body back when we did a search in that very area by his nice house. He's obviously a top doctor at the CDC. He's got a nice house with his dog, 35, not married, yet, whatever. So they say, maybe he wasn't going to marry. I don't know, but doesn't matter. So they say, yeah, we didn't see the body. But then they throw these softball questions from your mainstream media. And they're saying, well, maybe it moved downstream. Maybe you missed it. Maybe the water table changed. Do you think that could have happened? It's like the opposite of what journalism should be. I'll let you listen.
STAFFORD.
Okay, everybody keeps spelling their names.
I wanted to talk briefly about the Atlanta Fire Department's role in the search and recovery of Mr. Tim Cunningham.
You'll be bored to death. You can watch it. I'll give you the link. He talks about how they went there, how they found him. He was found in mud. and water, and then people start asking these questions that just blow my mind.
The body from that scene. It was very difficult terrain, very difficult to access the location where Mr. Cunningham was found. It was in a remote area that's not easily accessible.
Wow, shocker, a remote area that's not easily accessible. And I'm not saying that he couldn't have traveled downstream, but if this guy was traveling down the river miles, how did his crystal stay in his pocket? He was an avid crystal collector. Was he illicit? I'm not sure.
By walking trails, by vehicle.
Yes,
or by
sharing
people just
groups
being
too,
around
guys.
It was a very technical operation.
Technical operation. And by the way, if you do angry faces, please do sad. If you're upset, do sad, not angry, because it can get us shut down. We already lost one video, and that might be why.
Involved us putting some boats in the water, identifying where the location of the body was, and also maintaining and preserving scene integrity.
Yeah, so they did their job. Oh, he must come back up later.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Sergeant,
he doesn't. Yeah, he's.
As Sergeant Stafford mentioned, we had some real operational challenges. Basically, the area was inaccessible through walking. We had to actually put in about 200 yards upstream. We had to also find a point to launch the boat, which was part of the struggle. There was no easy access to the area.
But they'd already checked the area.
Any further questions?
Why are you focused on that area?
We're going to let Major O'Connor speak next.
All right.
We'll take questions at the end.
Okay. Here we
Good
go.
afternoon, everyone. My name is Major Michael O'Connor. O'Connor is spelled O''.
Major O'Connor.
O-R. I'm the Major Crimes Commander for the Atlanta Police Department. That includes our homicide and missing persons.
I'll be talking to him.
I think as both the doctor and the fire department have indicated, we've located Dr. Timothy Cunningham. This is obviously a major step in the missing.
Notice that the major says this is a major step and might be the first one to actually call him doctor. It's okay. The other people, I'm not giving him any crap. They might have not realized it. I'm sure they have a lot of dead people. I wish that they at the beginning hadn't cut off where everybody's laughing and really cutting it up when we're about to talk about the death of a top commander in the Navy who not only served his country but was working at the CDC and seemed like he was scared to death, sending his parents, his mom and dad, who drove all the way from Maryland because they knew something was wrong. They knew something was wrong and drove from Maryland to Atlanta. And they said, we expected to spend our retirement maybe finally relaxing because his dad was in the military, hard worker, decorated, etc. And now they have to bury their 35-year-old son. And that's why the story needs to be spread. And I'm so glad and I'm so grateful that after we lost a broadcast with hundreds of thousands of views and shares, that you're back here on here again. Maybe not as strong, but keep watching. I'll shut up.
Person's investigation now that he's been located, and it's likely going to draw mostly to a close the investigation. We do have some other issues that we need to take up, but at this point, we have no indication of foul play.
Major O'Connor, how can you say that? How can you say I know you're going to hate me for this. I'm sorry, sir, but how can you, maybe that's why you guys deleted your video, because I had my live video on this live video earlier. I couldn't pause. How can you say that there's no indications of foul play when you have him telling his neighbors, oh my God, take my number out of your phone. God, they already testified and said it to the media, to everybody. And then he's sending his parents alarming, disturbing texts 24 hours beforehand. He sounds scared for his life, and you're telling me there's no indicators of foul play? What, he was sick and left work at the CDC that day? They tell you, oh, no. Well, you're saying that they said, yeah, he was denied a job promotion, but they did a weird, unusual move and released a statement, CDC said, and said, oh, no. And I'll read some questions and comments here in a little bit. They said, oh, no. You know what? They said, yeah, he wasn't denied any promotion. What is really going on? Let's see. Big Pharma, government, and the CDC all in it together. Yep, such a Chappaquiddick, says Martha. Shared in Arizona. It's because they knew they were going after him. #murdered.
Involving Dr. Cunningham. We're waiting on an ME's report to be finalized. As she said, she's still going through the information to try and determine, exactly we believe it's drowning, but we want to make sure there's no other indicators or other problems. And we need to see if there's a tox screen that comes back that may tell us something.
Well, that's good. I'd like to see the toxicology screen, because you're telling me there's so many red flags to this case. So many. Even the headline I just read, whether it's Fox, CNN, it doesn't matter. They're saying this is unusual. And even he says in this video, if we go to that part, yes, it was very unusual. Even with the missing persons, his wallet, keys, his dog, everything, his money, everything was left. Only 3 crystals in his pocket. What does that even mean?
But, I mean, we're waiting on some reports, but largely I want to emphasize that to this point there's been no indicators of foul play. So that's kind of where we stand right now. I can take questions, but it's also ongoing. So things are fluid and things can change, and we could get some different information, and then we'll be putting out, it'll change the circumstances.
Can you
but
imagine
as it stands right now, as a point of emphasis, there's been no foul play indicated.
Yeah, there has. Yeah, there has.
Where we are right
yeah,
now.
there has.
So one of the things you're looking at is the relationship between his home.
They did, Thomas. They shut it down.
Where he might have gone in and that kind of thing, or where are you with kind of a step-by-step scenario of what could have happened to you?
So the river's not that far from his home, although the exact distance I don't know. And we do know that he was a jogger, and he was wearing his favorite jogging shoes at the
Oh my God, keep with me, people. More than ever, you see they're trying to censor us. You see my video going in and out. It says trying to reconnect. We have a great signal. Listen to me. He just said he was wearing his favorite jogging shoes. Big deal. He's in tennis shoes. He was sent home sick. I mean, he left very sick that day. You think he went out jogging, what, and fell in the Chattahoochee? I mean, guys, I feel like I'm living in 1984.
So the river's not that far from his home, although
How
the
can he
exact
say
distance
this with a straight
I don't know.
face?
And we do know that he was a jogger, and he was wearing his favorite jogging shoes at the time that he was found.
Was he in sweatpants and a tank top? Because I kind of doubt it. Or did he have any clothes on?
I can't tell you that he was jogging, but those things together seem to indicate that that's a possibility.
But he left work sick that day, and they say he was denied a promotion, you said, but they say you're lying and that he wasn't denied a promotion, and in fact, he had a promotion. They say you're lying. I mean, that's basically what it is. We're living in a sick world, says Lang, and Lang was on the earlier broadcast.
What are your other factors in determining that this might not have any foul play?
Yeah, what are your other factors? This has no foul play.
We've been conducting an investigation since the time that we were notified that the doctor was missing.
Does call him the doctor.
During the course of that investigation, we've interviewed employees at the CDC. We've interviewed friends. We've interviewed family members. We've tracked his last movements.
And you said to Washington Post, and you said publicly, and you stated, which is in national news, that the CDC said to you he was denied a promotion, and they did a strange, unusual rebuke and released a statement saying that you are wrong. So which is it? Which is it, O'Connor? Because I'm not buying this. I'm not buying it, and I'm not going to let this man, I'm not going to let it happen.
We kind of know where we last found him, somewhere on videotape. So, I mean, we've talked to a lot of people. We've looked at a lot of different factors. And through all of that, we have nothing that indicates foul play to that point.
Yeah, you do. You have the fact that he was telling neighbors, take your number out of my phone. You have the parents saying that they told you he was sending them texts that were disturbing and alarming. What? No angry faces, guys. Please do sad faces to remember this doctor. Just please. We got shut down before. Guys, I had a video that was going to hit 1 million views and it was taken down. Thank you. Just sad faces. Just pretend you're angry, but make it sad.
And are there
you are angry, but pretend you're sad even if you're angry.
trails along the river that he might have been jogging on? Is that one of the things you're looking at, or can you?
Oh God, these softball questions. Are there any trails he might have been jogging on? Why isn't somebody saying, Major O'Connor, he left sick for work that day? Why aren't you stating that? You also said to the CDC you also stated the CDC told you he wasn't promoted, but they say he was. What do you have to say about that? Major O'Connor, except you know what? All these Fox and all of them, CNN, all the rest, and really it's only a couple CBS, they're all paid for by pharmaceutical ads. You turn on your TV, you know what it is. You know who the Centers of Disease Control are. It's horrible.
Tell us about that, how you might have accessed it.
I don't
Facebook's
think
kicking everybody out, Andy.
Barring some new information coming forward, and obviously we're checking, we'll check video, we'll check places we think he might have got access to the river. But barring new information coming forward, we may never be able to tell you how he got into the river.
Well, at least he's honest about that. I bet we're never going to really find out, even if you know. I don't even think if you know, because I don't guess that they're just like the Las Vegas shooting, that there are the FBI are way big, maybe bigger than the FBI. I don't know. Somebody way higher up calling the shots here. And if somebody doesn't go by the shots, they might get shot, if you know what I mean. And maybe, just maybe, that's what happened to Dr. Timothy Cunningham.
So we're not sure where he got into the river at or at this point. So we just don't have those answers at this time.
He was just jogging in a remote area. And we have other doctors here. Dr. Bradstreet, who I reported on earlier today. Dr. John Marshall, whose wife says she is being threatened. She's an osteopath. Dr. John Marshall, we'll show you in a minute. Hold on.
From an investigator standpoint, would he jog without his keys, without his wallet, without his ID?
That's good. He says, would he jog without his keys, without his wallet, without his ID, without anything? He just left his house open so someone could come in and take his dog? I mean, come on. Or anything. He just left, didn't take his keys, nothing.
Kind of thing?
Anything?
Well, I said initially that we found it extremely unusual that he was missing any forms of personal identification as keys. We found that to be an unusual circumstance in a missing person's case. Just
okay, so why isn't that an indicator for foul play, sir?
Kind of period. As to his personal habits, I can't say. If he didn't intend to purchase anything, maybe he didn't, need his wallet.
Purchase anything? Does anybody know where the Buford Highway is and where I showed you that map? There's some industrial buildings. What's he going to do? Walk through remote areas and there's going to be what? Some guy out in the middle of nowhere in the Chattahoochee with a hut selling stuff? Give me a break. My family lived there. My grandfather lived there till he was 99 and a half and passed away. Lived a somewhat holistic lifestyle. My grandmother till died before him. Lots of my aunts and uncles live there, and my cousins. I have a huge family. They're Irish. Live in Atlanta.
I don't really know why he didn't have the things that he had in his pocket.
Yeah.
I do know that we recovered 3 crystals from one of his pockets, and he was an avid collector of these kind of crystals or rocks or rare stones, and 3 of them were located in a pocket in his clothing at the time that he was recovered. Okay,
so anybody want to say anything about that? He was missing 7 weeks, floating around a river, they say, and there were crystals found. Oh, Trish Ann says Aaron is not paranoid. Trish Ann, if anybody says I'm paranoid, we just have an 87th doctor found dead now, hours after they announced Timothy Cunningham's death. We have an 87th doctor, a holistic doctor, found in an elementary school with his car on fire, in a Cadillac, and you're telling me that I'm paranoid. Wow, I shared now it's not playing anymore, says Chelsea. I know, Chelsea, they raced the other one. Aaron, don't know what that means. Freebot. He certainly wouldn't pass a lie detector test, says Trish Kelly. Which way did he go, says John. Hold on. Stay with me, guys.
Let's talk a little bit about it.
Cameron says, I shared your video earlier and it was removed. Cameron, yes, it was going viral it was going to have millions of views. It was up to probably 250,000. I mean, we had almost 150,000 live and gone.
Who found the body, how you knew it was there, how did you know to look there, and the location of the body in the river.
Location of the body in the river.
Was it on the river bank? Was it in mud?
Was in the bank, mud.
So I'll let the fire department speak to exactly where he was in relation to the river. How we found out was there were a couple of gentlemen that were fishing, and they notified 911.
Fishermen called 911.
Fishing, they found the body, they pulled the body up, any more information?
They just saw the body and notified 911.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, Doctor, you can talk about, based on the remains that you found, you have an estimate, maybe you could step up and tell us about perhaps how long he'd been in the river, because he disappeared around February 12th.
Okay, that's a great question. So based on the condition of the body, all we can say is that the condition of the body is consistent with him being gone since February 12th. We can't pinpoint it any closer than that, but the changes that we did see are consistent.
Consistent. Okay, he's been dead as long as he's been missing.
How long he'd been in the river? How long the body had been in the river or submerged?
Yeah, that's
the same answer.
The same answer.
That was the question, right?
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Well, that's actually I get it this time around. He asked how long had he been decomposed, but then he said how long has he been in the river, and he was kind of indicating that maybe he didn't die in the river. I think look, I don't usually speculate, guys, but I've been covering 87 of these on live 6 hours today, and I'm telling you, this doesn't add up.
Would indicate that he...
Someone said, how do crystals survive in the pocket 2 months? Somebody said, yeah, he left work sick from the CDC, from one of the top jobs as a scientist there. And because he had tennis shoes on, he must have gone for a run and only with crystals in his pocket and didn't bring a key to his house. He lives in a nice neighborhood, but right outside of there, it is, Buford Highway outside of there is questionable.
Died from drowning, according to...
Okay. So when we do autopsies and bodies come out of the water, that's on our differential. What can be the cause?
So she goes on and says there's no disease. We're not going to listen to her. She does a good job, but she's very soft-spoken. It's hard to hear. She says there's no disease, that all they can say over and over is that he's been in there 7 weeks. Okay, so let's see. The next guy's pretty good.
You have as
Not
part
him.
of your investigation,
Not him.
certainly gone through his life and his habits and his friends very thoroughly. What unanswered questions do you still have?
What unanswered questions you have?
You need to answer before you can close
That you need to
this
answer
case?
before you can close it. Looks nervous.
That's a good question. We don't really. I think that
He looks
I
over.
think that we feel like we are on really solid footing with everyone. We've talked to everyone we believe that was in his life, that was part of his life, that he worked with, that he was related to, or that he was friends with. I think we've interviewed all of the people, and we feel like we're comfortable with all of the people that we've interviewed.
No, you said you'd interviewed people from the CDC, which is in the Washington Post, who told you that he was denied a promotion, and goes into great detail, and they're saying, no, we didn't. We said he was given a promotion, liar, liar. So how can you be comfortable with all these lies? Even they're saying that, how can you be comfortable when the Centers for Disease Control says you, Atlanta Police Department, are lying? I would love to be in this room asking questions.
And that we've obtained the relevant information from those parties. So I don't think that we feel like we're missing someone and we need to talk to that person to bring this to closure. I think we felt like we've talked to pretty much everyone of importance in the doctor's life. And so at this stage,
his mom and dad,
some information from the medical examiner's office, or if someone were to bring new information to us that was relevant, then we would obviously look at that.
How about his mom and dad?
Absent those circumstances, this case will likely close fairly soon. I mean,
says in a month.
Soon, within a month or so
That's
from being an active
soon.
investigation.
You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding
To
me.
be clear, you do not expect any foul claims.
You don't expect any something claims, foul
I want
claims?
to be real careful how we talk about that. So
Yeah, seems like
we have
everybody
no
wants-
indications to this point that there is any foul play.
Foul play.
And so far, nobody has indicated to us that there was any situation in the doctor's life that might have resulted in foul play being a contributing factor.
But yes, but you have it on record that the neighbor said, take me out of your cell phone. Was that just coincidence? And that he wrote his mom and dad disturbing text that the day before that was a clue to maybe what really happened to Dr. Timothy Cunningham.
So at this time, we're not expecting that information, but we're open to the idea that somebody could come forth with some information that we have not previously been privy to up to this point.
How are you doing with this investigation? You've worked on this case now for almost 2 months.
We're almost done. I got more to show you.
Friends, people who miss him, people who
So they say, how are you doing with this? You talk to people who miss him. It's the same boring softball questions from pharma media.
The detective that that directly handled the case and the supervisor that was directly involved have several years of experience in the unit. So
I want to know the detective that directly handled the case because O'Connor didn't. I want to know what his name is, and I will be obtaining that from Atlanta PD tomorrow because they are paid by our tax money. And I actually know someone in Atlanta. I went out once, a long time ago, before Dr. Mercola and I were dating since 9 years. I went out with somebody in Atlanta homicide. I may have to look him up and give him a phone call.
You know, they're sharp people, and we feel really confident that they've done a really good job. There's been a lot of people that looked at the case.
Yeah,
and
please.
It's not been held by two people. A lot of people in the office have gone over the information. We've obviously looked at all of the information. Both of them seem to be doing really well. So I don't have any concerns when it comes to the people that have handled the investigation. I think that we've really done a solid job with this case.
Well, you admitted the CDC lied.
It's got to be difficult news that you have to deliver one way or the other.
Yeah, they asked about delivering to parents.
Actually, unfortunately, the medical examiner's office was who delivered that news. Now,
That's so sad. So mom and dad are elderly and just get a call from the medical examiner's office, probably some, I don't know, just person that is just told to do their job and make the call and say your son's found dead after they've waited all this time, and I know they know better.
we have talked to the family since that time, and yes, like anyone who has lost an immediate family member, they are upset.
I asked them to, I bet they are.
Can you talk a little bit about how the body was?
Here, this is the important part. This is the important part.
Was it on the bank of the river? Any details?
So the body was found along the bank of the river. I believe it was the western shore of the river going downstream. And it was found
Face up.
Face up.
I know this by heart
it was
now.
Stuck in a lot of mud as well. And it looks like it had been there in that position for a little while. I say a little while, meaning stuck in that position.
It's been there for a while.
What happened was when we do a search along the
Listen.
river, we were called out to that scene.
Yes.
We couldn't just go in right there along the shore. It was along the shore, and we had access along a trail to get down there, but we could not access it from the bank to recover it safely so they can continue the investigation without disturbing the body as much. So the best point of action was to go further upstream, as Sergeant Hofstadter talked about.
We've already talked about
put the body in a bag and move it further downstream. In which case, we use one of our tower trucks and a rope system.
That's where he went jogging.
Bring the body up to the bridge.
Nobody goes. Nobody.
So just be accurate to say that the body might have been there the first time you searched, but because it was remotely located.
So now we're getting not even softball questions. It's almost like, could it be? Who are these? Who are these? You know, they're pharma-controlled media. They're saying, is it safe to say that maybe the body was there the first time and you just overlooked it, right? Right? Wink, wink. Come on. Did you just overlook it? Say it. Listen.
Maybe that's why you didn't see it.
Yeah, right. No, he was there the first time. He didn't overlook it. It wasn't there.
We don't know. When we searched the first time, there was no indication that the body was there.
Did you hear that? When they searched the first time, there was no indication. Dr. Timothy Cunningham, African-American, 6 foot tall, a little over 200 pounds, something, that his body was there. There was no indication his body was there. But guess what? It gets better, because pharma-controlled media is going to say, are you sure? I mean, it's like a bad movie.
And in similar cases that we've seen, our guys have been out there before on different searches. This is what our unit does. They're a very specialized unit and highly trained to do this. And they did a thorough search and did not see any indication of the body being there at that time.
I love this guy. He says they did a thorough search and did not see the body there at this time. The CDC, the deceased gentleman's name is Dr. Timothy Cunningham, Thomas, and I'll get to that in a minute. Blink, blink, says Jennifer. Yeah, his language. He's trying to stand up. This guy is like, you know, I like this man because he's saying, no, we did a thorough search and did not see it there. But they won't quit. Pharma media won't quit. They turn on your TV and see what you see. Pharmaceutical run ads. What do you think, who controls the media? Listen, it's terrible. I believe him, but listen.
Just because the body was not in water. It was not submerged in water. It was in mud.
It was in
okay, so he just says the body was submerged in water or mud. Okay.
Water, but it was surrounded
water and
by
mud. Okay.
Mud, you know, floats.
From your experience in that area, what does the maybe rise and fall based on the rainfall in that area?
Now they're talking about rise and fall. Maybe, hey, come on, maybe you missed it because of the rise and fall, right? Listen.
Is it possible it could have been covered at that time?
Is it possible it had been covered at that time? Stop saying. Maybe you should stop saying that you did a thorough search and he wasn't there. Come on, let's get the narrative right. No angry faces, guys. Let's get the narrative right, says Pharma Media. You sure you didn't see it? Maybe it was covered, right? Come on. I mean, this is like, it's horrible, guys.
Do you search or do you
he wants to tell the truth. That's
what it's like then condition-wise versus when you actually discovered it.
So now he's going to start to break down a little
bit. It's a little difficult to tell if the body was there when we searched or not. As I said, the tide, the river level does rise and fall along with rainfall and currents that may come down the river from its point of origin. So there's no way to tell. It could have been there, moved from a different point, hours before, days before. There's just no way to tell due to the rise and fall of the river.
Okay, well, did you hear his answer change? Before he said we did a thorough search, there was nothing there. Now he's saying, well, due to the water rise and fall, which I never mentioned, but you keep mentioning it. Now, yeah, maybe we missed the body. Yeah, right. We'll talk about the flu shot, Valerie.
You've already sort of answered this, but just to be clear,
okay, they're going to cut us off right in the middle of the video.
And where you go from here.
So we'll do a review of the case file. We'll make sure that we've talked to all the relevant people. We'll just double check everything. We're going to wait on the Emmy's report, the finalized version of the report. As she indicated, there's still some items to do. And then we'll see if any new tips come in. We tend to get a lot of tips directly after a meeting.
I hope so.
Like this. If we believe any of those are relevant, then we'll look at those. And then after that, the case will be inactivated.
All right, it just cuts off. So, but I've already found the other video, and really, you didn't miss much. So, it's not letting me exit out. Okay, oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. Jeez. We just lost all of everything, so that's all right. Let's go back to HealthNet News first. Hold with me. So, to sum it up, but we aren't done, Dr. Timothy Cunningham, it's just not fair. They're not getting justice. His mom and dad have said that he was sending disturbing texts, that might be a clue to what really happened a day before he disappeared. He's telling neighbors, hey, erase my number from your phone. He left work sick. There's the arguments on the Washington Post. I'm going to find it because we just lost all of evil Washington Post. And the Washington Post, and this is public record, says CDC says its missing researcher wasn't denied a promotion, but police say otherwise and basically say the CDC's lying and vice versa. But despite all that, he just had his favorite tennis shoes on. He didn't have his keys. He had 3 crystals in his pocket. And this man just went out in the middle of a remote area, kind of by Buford Highway, in a place I wouldn't feel safe as a man or woman probably, and decided to go jogging, and he was sick. And he just left for work. So yeah, I know I cut out. Sorry, guys. It is heartbreaking for his family, says Sharon. And we have another doctor too, but let's just stick with this for a second. In the future, copy the videos and save them. Yes, Patricia, I would have. It went viral so quickly. Now, let's see, what is it? Saha has a very good point. The other doctors, which I'll show you guys how to find all this, because some people asked. So, let's see if it stays on that. No, you guys can go to healthnutnews.com/recap and you can read the whole story. So I asked you guys to like the page. I did before the video that got erased. Please like and share. That's what you can do to help to get the word out. So we have 86 now, just of tonight. 87th, a holistic doctor found dead. You do mention Dr. Timothy Cunningham wasn't holistic. There are rumors that, well, he had 3 crystals in his pocket. I don't know what that means. He was an avid collector. Doesn't mean he's holistic. I'm not saying he is. I never even knew that until today. So, there are a few exceptions in here. One of them would be John Marshall. His wife is an osteopath, which would be a DO, and they said, oh, he just drowned in the Spokane River. Now, not the best picture there, but he was in his 40s. He was a 4th-generation Marine with 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan and survival training. And they said, oh, he just accidentally slipped. He worked out at the gym in the morning, like before sunrise, super early. Then he'd go for a jog, and they said he must have slipped and fell in before he'd go to work as a doctor every day. And his wife is saying now, she hired investigators because right from the get-go, I said this was suspicious. I mean, I'm saying calling Dr. Cunningham's death last night before they said it was him. I mean, I don't know, call it a sixth sense, call it intuition after doing this many. I've been reporting 2.5 years on this. My significant other of 9 years, Dr. Mercola, and I knew a lot of these doctors. Many of them were here in Florida. But anyway, now investigators are saying it wasn't an accident and it was a homicide. Totally clear. Same with Dr. Bradstreet, and I've interviewed his family exclusively, and I did the Discovery show, the TV show, Discovery Channel TV show with them. Didn't get paid. We're just trying to get the word out. And they immediately said, oh, he just shot himself in the middle of a river. Medical doctor, could have killed himself any way he wanted. Was 60 or early 60s or 60ish. And Dr. Bradstreet tried to check into the hotel. He and his wife were getting away. It was just before around Father's Day weekend. So he stopped at the store when they said, okay, your room's not ready. What do? You try to find water. Nobody can find water at a hotel, right? So he goes to get water at the store, and he gets some hummus and a bottle of wine, Perrier. And on the way back, I guess he just decided to abandon his car alongside the road, climb down steep terrain, end up in the middle of the river, shoot himself in the heart, and found dead. But the good news is forensic scientists like Michael Archer, who went on Discovery Channel with me, said, and is a friend of mine, says, no, he did not. The forensics prove he did not kill himself. The forensics prove, we're talking about other doctors in accidents, that Dr. Marshall did not, this 4th-generation Marine, did not slip in the river and fall. And you think Timothy, let's just say that Timothy Cunningham, that Dr. Timothy Cunningham, let's say he went jogging. He could swim. How the hell does this young 35-year-old man, and if you missed one of the questions by the nice pharmaceutical controlled media, someone said, well, could he had a heart attack? They said, no, they didn't see any indications he had a heart attack. Man, you guys, they'll look for any excuses. Why? Because there's money in the cure. Now, yes, somebody asked about the flu shot. There were rumors that he stated the flu shot didn't work, but I have the feeling it's much more sinister than that. We all know the flu shot doesn't work and it's bad for us. I have the feeling that it was way more sinister. Just today, they have given a lot of different job descriptions for him and saying that he didn't have, information. Oh, look, there's our video that was gone before. Hundreds of thousands of views and shares, guys. Just made about 1 o'clock this afternoon and it's gone. So then I put up mine from my personal page, which, I still got 10,000 on my personal page video. I stupidly put it on the wrong channel because, you get tired after all this, guys. I've been on 6 hours live today. But let me show you. So, Cunningham's home wasn't far to the river, and he was known to be a jogger, right? When he's sick, and he, you got to be kidding me. There is just no way. Yes. Oh, I said there were rumors that he had said the flu shot wasn't effective, and that he administered it to patients, but he wouldn't have had patients. He was an SCD from Harvard, a doctorate in science. He wasn't a medical doctor or even a nurse giving shots to people. Let's see. Basically, okay, let's see. I wanted to see what they said his job was. Left work early that day, wasn't feeling well. Sometimes I have to look. His beloved dog, Bo, wasn't denied a promotion. Who's lying? I wanted to show you guys. Just stick with me. Let's see. I don't know. Suddenly, you guys can look it up. There's so many different descriptions of his job. It's ridiculous. And my editor, who isn't feeling well herself today, did go through this, and I'm not sure. Suddenly I can't find it, probably because I've been reading this so many times. But yeah, they talk about infectious diseases. There are many descriptions of Dr. Cunningham's job, but they're saying, oh, he wouldn't have had top classified information. You got to be kidding me. He's a commander in the Navy. He's a top scientist at the CDC. He has a doctorate from Harvard. You know he had information. So they talk about, there's a couple different things, whether it be infectious diseases. If anybody has a description of what he did there, let me know. Probably in the flu shot. It's already been found before to have OSPA in some of the past. The outer surface protein of Lyme disease. No angry faces, says Andy. Yes, full of aluminum. Stop the angry faces, says Christy. Please, guys, do sad faces. We've already had one. Jamie, who's a holistic nurse who I know personally, and we both had our struggles these last weeks, and I know she's got some ahead of her, said, like I said, another one just happened to be found in a river body of water. Water just so happens to destroy the evidence. Jamie is a registered nurse and has extensive education and medical training, and she knows that. So I think that she, an RN, can state that definitively. And I think that any of us can, but we know that, but especially Jamie. I just posted several sites. Each was defeated. Facebook delegating. Connie says, I just posted to several sites and each one was defeated. Connie, what happened when you... Hold on, guys. I'm going to look up his... I know we're not going to find it now, but there's so many now. Dang it. If anybody has... I can't find the CDC. I'm trying to find what his job description was. If anybody can just read it for me and find it, I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, we're getting cut off. Of course, it's cutting our audience. They did this before. Anybody can look up his job description, but they've given different answers as to what he did at the CDC. They're also saying he was denied a promotion, then he wasn't. What's the real answer, CDC? Let's see. He dealt with Ebola. That's true, Sue. So they talk about infectious diseases. Thank God for Dr. Judy Mikovits, who we know still speaking out, and has said, if I'm found dead, I definitely didn't commit suicide, Sharon Wagner says. Sharon Wagner, I just spoke to Dr. Judy Mikovits on the phone, met her in person. She's a wonderful woman. She was with me at the award ceremony where we all were receiving awards, along with a lot of these doctors who were found dead with their spouses receiving them on their behalf. And I was so grateful. I sent in pictures of all the doctors. So they closed the entire 5-hour, what book is going to try to cut us off. They closed the 5-hour award ceremony with playing I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty, who had just died. This was last year, the end of last year, and showing each one of their pictures that I sent in for the, which I didn't know they were going to do. Thank you. So was he an epidemiologist? I'm not sure, but study of epidemic diseases, says Shantaya. Thank you so much. Let's see. Okay, he was working on something, says Brian. That's for sure. He was an epidemic intelligence officer, says Deanna LaFrance. Thank you. He's a big dude also, says Stephanie. Yeah, I know, Stephanie. I mean, it just doesn't make sense that he would just fall in a river and drown. Do you know how many we've had like this? Also activists as well who weren't doctors just in the last few months. See something crazy about the flu shot. December, took samples when I was sick. Wondered what they did with them. Don't say she's paranoid, says Marie. They have dumbed down humanity to not even think for themselves. If anyone in particular is saying that, let me know. That's the same article I read. They said he didn't work with infectious diseases, Trisha said. Trisha, yeah, we keep hearing conflicting reviews about everything about him. We have nobody to blame but ourselves for this, says John Philip DeSalvo. As for people, we've been complacent too long. Pill for this, pill for that, big pharma and the government, have become so powerful. All these comments, what? And John, you're cut off, but I don't know if you're saying, what do we do? All I ask people for is to, first of all, you know, share. I mean, we have to get the word out because people don't know about this. Do you know I had a guy post on this and said, I saw on Snopes, it's false. Nobody died, you know, so it's unbelievable. Epidemiology, says Lisa. Okay. Hypercritical cancer, says Connor. See, he was supposedly working on the Zika virus, says Shelley. Yeah, he was doing a lot of stuff, wasn't he, guys? Sorry, CDC came and took a sample, said Jasmine. Okay, wow. No faces, just hearts and likes. Like hearts, guys. Absolutely total diffusion. I'm sharing like crazy, says Rachel. Guys, we have to. We have so many gone, you know, from young to old. Probably one of our older ones was Dr. Sabi. He might be the oldest. I never thought about that in the series. Who they said, oh, he had too much cash on him after flying from Los Angeles to Honduras. Well, that's hard to believe that he would do that. But even if he did, they left him in a prison to rot. And his best friend said they didn't even feed him food fit for a dog, left him with cold, stagnant water on the floor in a cell. They killed him. I mean, they killed him. Vaccines are genocide of Earth citizens. No broadcast. Uh-oh, broadcast interrupted. These people all need body cams. And you know what, Don Inez? I have to interview Dr. Robert Young. He did the PH Miracle. He wore a body cam, and guess what happened? They put him in jail. So if you wear a body cam and they're like, oh, crap, we can't kill you, throw you in jail. The grassy knoll, said Michael. Something like that, Michael. They're trying to cut Aaron off. Think Zika and Ebola, says Nikki. Cunningham, 35-year-old Harvard-educated epidemiologist, meaning he investigates patterns and causes of human disease and injury. He holds a master's degree and a doctorate of science degree from Harvard University. Thank you, Paige. Come back, Aaron. Okay, guys, so you see they're trying to cut me off. This is not going to be as big as the last one, but it's not bad. Yes, if you want me, I can go into the 87th doctor. And yeah, I think more clearly, says Candace. Yeah, I haven't after this day, guys, but we got to get it out there. They seem to say also, and I mean, come on, you have a guy telling his neighbors, take your number out of my phone, just delete me from your phone, and telling his parents disturbing texts that are scaring them. They seem to all say it's going on with certain things pending. Yet to this point, we believe it's drowning. It was said no one has said anything that could have them believe otherwise. Well, that's so, I'm not familiar with this. Kathy, yes, it's in the news. I know we just lost it, but if you rewind this video, you can watch a news broadcast of his mother and father stating that they received disturbing texts a day before he died, or a day before he was missing. We don't know when he really died. We don't know where he was really, where he really died, and did he die in the river, and did he die at his own hands? Where's all the investigators in these strange deaths with holistic doctors? All the holistic doctors. So I recommend you get on the newsletter. Just go to Health Nut News, put your email in. You're going to get the news there first, and you can do this recap. I have people that are high school students at academies all the way to doing their dissertation and, you know, for their PhDs on these stories. We're also doing a film on it. I could have done a docuseries. Yeah, those people make a lot of money, but I took no money, and I am a producer on a film signed with a Hollywood production company, so we can do the film, you know, justice, do it right. I don't want money. I want it to be seen by millions of people. I paid $750 an hour to a lawyer to get it done right because I trust the entertainment attorney, because I know nothing about these kind of contracts. Look how long this is. Each of those has a story you click on. I have spent almost 3 years of my life on this. Yes, I have worked too hard. Yeah, I probably should have taken breaks. I've spoken at a lot of events, blah, blah, blah. And you can read all the stories there. So, I mean, it goes through each and every one with links all the way to the timeline. In fact, I don't think I've added the last few on there. I got to go all the way to 87 tonight. We're up to 84. So I need to add 85, 86, and 87. Most of these doctors are holistic, and many of whom we interviewed or knew, etc. So some have been in our house. I mean, it's crazy. I'm going to take a breath. 200 people left out were cut, says Veronica. I'm not surprised. A must read, Mary's Monkeys, isn't it? It's a different name than that, Kathy, isn't it? A little bit longer, but yeah, you're right. I forgot to bring more water. He knew something they obviously didn't want you to know. That's true. Brenda says CDC Epidemiologist. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I just didn't remember the exact title because they gave a slightly different description, which I can't find in the article. I'm an RN with a top secret name with the CIA if I go MIA. I was murdered KPB RN, says Karen. Wow. Lori Pharma owns the MSM. Come on, guys. Look, turn it on. Who do you see the commercials from? Why was he killed, says Lee. That's the $1 million question. Lisa Kennedy says, my son went to juvenile hall in December for the first time for a minor offense. He went again for, oh, no angry faces, guys. Please, we got our last video shut down today. Please. Even if you're a troll, just like, don't you care about finding out what happened to this guy? This doctor, violation, and again in March, a minor offense. Anyway, he was given the shot each time, flu shot each time, 3 times in 4 months. That's terrible, Lisa Kennedy. I'm so sorry. Team lead for Division of Population, trained as Okay, so he was the team lead for the Division of Population. That was what was interesting to me. Trained as an epidemic intelligence service officer. The angry face trigger censorship. Justine, that's what they tell me. That's why people are saying that. Leave work feeling sick. Yeah, right. There's red flags. No job. Let's leave work mid-shift. Then put your tennis shoes on, which anyone might do, switch their tennis shoes, and then let's go jogging in a remote area and drown in the Chattahoochee. He would have had top clearance, says Brian. I know, and they're saying in the news that he didn't have it. Isn't it crazy? My husband is Navy and you train all the time. Catherine, it cuts you off. I wish I could see the rest. He was an activist. Thank you, Aaron. You rock. Speaking of rocks, I don't know much about, just reminded me of those crystals in his pocket. He was an avid collector. I'd love to talk to the parents and understand. A lot of people feel that they may not be so open now. Probably should have talked to him while he was missing. Could he have worked on weaponizing diseases? Joanne, definitely. The CDC cannot be trusted. With you, Karen, go straight to the CDC and all involved with them. Every time you get cut off, Randy says, which is all the time, you lose viewers. They don't want the public to see. Randy, they didn't catch it on the last broadcast I did. So somehow I was going with, we had 2,000 going for 2 hours. And with all the shares, I don't usually beg you guys, but this is just for Timothy Cunningham, for the doctor. If you can share this story, please. That's all I ask. Please be safe. Facebook keeps cutting you off, says Trish. I know. Thanks, guys. How can I find you if this cuts off? Omar, like the page, follow the page. So you see how on, let's see, where am I? Let's just go up to the top. This is my website. We're redoing the whole thing. So you're going to see a brand new website. But this is me on Facebook. So we've got 507,000 people. I don't know how many, but please like and follow the page so you can keep on what's going on. Oh, and the other thing, whoops, sorry, we got conversations popping up. I don't want people to see, but, let's see. So there's me, or there's me, whatever. And so you can come here and just like the page, follow it. So what are we at? We are at, I don't even know, 508,000 likes and 495,000 something follows. So a lot of those are overlapping, but we had 3,000 new follows today. So, not quite 1 million people because there's overlapping, but we got a lot of people on this page. I used to run it completely by myself. Now I have a little help. I suppose the motto of those responsible is you can't beat them, silence them permanently. And we do have a funny name. I know people say Health Nut News. I planned on writing about lighthearted stuff and recipes and organic stuff. No idea that we were going to have these doctors die and our own friends that I reported on in real time. There was another person that left work that wasn't there. Jasmine says, okay, I didn't know that. He was leading epidemiology and surveillance branch of the CDC's Division of Population Health. That's what gets me, Christy. It's the surveillance branch of the CDC's Division of Population Health. He also completed CDC's Epidemic Intelligence Service Officer Program. His research had been oriented towards understanding health differences, and then you get cut off, of course. Can coworkers or even the parents be interviewed? Sylvia, that's a good question. The people at the CDC were interviewed, and Atlanta PD said, yeah, he was denied a promotion. But then the CDC came forward and said, no, he was denied no promotion. They actually did a rare, public statement and said that. Why? What is the real answer? What is going on? Navy or trained, says Catherine. He's Navy trained. My God, he's 35 years old. You think he drowned in the little Chattahoochee? I don't buy it. Rest in peace, Dr. Sabi. Amen. I'm calling this a death note, says Connor Patrick Gore. Yeah. Harvard-educated doctor, highly regarded, yes. So now we know all that. Public Health Service Commission Corp, medical scientist who study the transmission and control of epidemiology. It cuts you off, Veronica. Unbelievable. You hear a lot of different descriptions of him. Unknown error, won't allow the video to play. Guys, the more you share it, the more you get it out there. I also want to let you know about Holistic Lives Matter. And I do want to say this is not any kind of insult towards BLM. This man is African American. It was the people who named the group. We have over 30,000 people. You just go to Holistic Lives Matter, join our group. It's where we talk about this. We talk about other things, but you're going to hear about this first. So please give our page a like, but also join our group. I just started inviting people in August, and we're 30,000 strong. We're under attack. Welcome, Lisa. Dr. Sabi was the truth, says Antar. Amen. He really was. He was a hero. I mean, what other doctor like Dr. Sabi goes up against the New York Supreme Supreme Court and wins. He had done ads saying, I can cure AIDS. And he had people who didn't just have HIV, but, you know, full-blown AIDS, and they were cured. They testified. How hard is it to get those people to come forward? You know, they may be wealthy clients. God knows how they got it, doesn't matter, but they went in and they were negative and they testified, and he won against the New York Supreme State Court that tried to take him down. A lot of people don't know that. And then, but they killed him in the end. They did. I mean, even the mainstream will admit that. And the fact is he had no personal belongings, says Shatera. Come on, this is ridiculous. Pharmaceutical business is the biggest drug dealers, and that is the truth. Oh, and that is true when you say about Dr. Sebi, because I'm friends with his grandson. Shatera, yes, I've talked with his daughter, and it's just absolutely tragic. Really, really tragic. Erin has protection, as does her boyfriend, Dr. Mercola. We do, guys. Why are the CDC people getting murdered, says Karen. Well, Karen, a lot of these doctors, almost really none of them are the CDC except him, but you know, we go look up CDC whistleblower, and we had Dr. William Thompson, who was a top doctor at the CDC who tried to go public about the fraud being committed there, and he was shut up real quick. He's alive, but I guess they decided he already went public. See, this guy didn't go public, so maybe he was scared. He might have been going to, but William Thompson went public, and now he's dead. And what did William Thompson, what did Dr. Thompson go public about? About the vaccines, MMR, with the being more injuries amongst African-American males, boys. And boom, did they shut that up. They shut that down. Who goes jogging without their driver's license or their phone or their wallet or their keys, Karen? I know. Can you explain what you're doing to the new viewers? Oh, yes, Michael. So I report on this. I have been working on this 2.5, almost 3 years. I do a lot of lighthearted stuff, too. I run a site called HealthNet News, and all I'm doing is letting you know about this death. I haven't even let you know. I run the site HealthNet News. Please give our page a like and follow because I work like too many hours and need to take a break. Don't do as I, do as I say, not as I do. And I've been online 6 hours today because Facebook keeps deleting, somebody deletes the videos. We also have, do I even go here? We have an 87th doctor found dead today. We haven't had doctors for weeks. And now this man was found dead, found dead in his car, was set fire, and it was burned. They're looking, he was 54. A holistic Dr. Norman Valdez Cotton is Michigan. Authorities called just before 10 a.m. found a burning car parked at the Webster Elementary School. And so they're looking for answers on him. If you live in Michigan, if you know Pontiac, Michigan, authorities are asking anyone who saw him or his car, a red Cadillac 2008 CTS, Michigan license plates that said Storm 24, to please call Oakland County Sheriff's Office. So he was just found too. We know nothing yet about this case, but we have 2 doctors in one day. Shared to 100+ groups. Facebook blocked me, Jennifer says. Oh, Jennifer, I'm so sorry. Zika and Ebola variant. Very nasty, says Brian. Much love, says Joanna. Keep speaking. Most importantly, be safe. And that's why I ask you guys, I mean, it doesn't really, I mean, whether we have these doctors from all different backgrounds, all different ethnicities, all different political beliefs, it doesn't matter. That's what is amazing is that, I mean, despite this horrific sadness, when I talk to the families, they all come together. It's kind of like people in the military, you know, when you meet somebody and they're like, hey man, did you serve in this, you know, these endless wars going on? They put their political beliefs aside because they join together because they know that camaraderie, and we have to have that camaraderie right now. It doesn't matter what our differences are. I think we all don't like genetically modified foods and know the government's doing bad things to us, but whether you're more of a crunchy granola, you love Bernie, or whether you are more can't stand the government, you're libertarian, it doesn't matter. We come together because we have to stick together, and we have to figure out what happened. We have to. I'm not going to stop till I do. Honestly, I just know that people are telling me, you know, I got to take more breaks so I don't get dehydrated and end up back in the hospital, which had never happened before like that. I believe that was just last week. He was researching all the corrupt medical issues and had proof about deadly vaccines and what was truly going on. That is the common denominator in these murders, says Lisa. Lisa, I have talked extensively with a lot of the family members. Definitely many were outspoken about vaccines, but there was some other commonalities. Okay, where do we go? Hold on. Let's see. We have the link in there to the recap. So, and there is also I forgot to tell you, this sweet doctor who was just found dead in a burning car at a children's school, left behind, I believe, 3 kids and I think a wife. and they have a GoFundMe for him on the page. So you can go to Health Nut News if you want to look at the GoFundMe. It's just, of course I link it like I do in every article where they have one. I'd like to see a GoFundMe for Timothy Cunningham where people could give money. So you can see he's a nice guy. Oh, I wish I would have posted that picture, darn it. But I guess it kind of had maybe his wife in there. So this is a memorial fund. He's she's the mother of 3 beautiful boys. Youngest son struggles with severe muscular dystrophy. Oh, wow. Family is in severe need of help. He was a holistic doctor. So I don't want to show the kids or anything. But yes, so this father, they say what? He just went and burned himself out in the car. They're not ruling whether it's homicide or suicide yet. And I know I'm overwhelming you guys, but that's crazy. So good. We've got $19,000. We've had it up a few hours, and I'm sure other people do too. And I hope that us sharing it might help raise some funds. A lot of times when I look on here, I see some of our regular readers. So, you know, I'll look back, and yeah, it's just tragic to see that when somebody is found dead like that. He's found dead in his own car, and it's burnt out, and they don't know what happened. They don't know whether it's homicide or suicide. I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm telling you, with Timothy Cunningham, he was doing things days before he died. But as far as the commonality, Lisa, with the murders, so here's the deal. I would say from talking. Does this take us to it? Oh shoot, sorry. Oh, did we link the wrong one in there? Sorry, that happens sometimes. Just a second. He is the 86th year found dead in the series. Okay, yes, we've got the wrong link in there. I got my poor editor is sick today. I'm telling you, when it rains, it pours, guys. We got a sick editor. We have all sorts of stress. We have videos that are the most viral we've ever made. You just go to healthnutnews.com recap, and you can read for days on all 86. I mean, honestly, this should have been made into a book, and that's why we're doing the movie on it. And you know, I don't know if I would do a book on it or not. Maybe give the proceeds or some of the proceeds to the families or their foundation set up by the doctors. But yes, some were definitely had the vaccine connection, but there were some who that wasn't their main thing. I don't think Dr. Sebi was working in a basement lab with other doctors on vaccines. Also, a lot of them were putting cancer patients into remission using cannabis, not just GC-MAF. I have talked to patient after patient. I've had dinner with the widows of the dead doctors. I don't think I've had dinner with any widowers yet, so but that may happen. Cunningham works in the chronic disease unit at CDC. It's not part of the CDC that deals with infectious diseases, according to authorities. They dropped you to 2.4 to 1.3. Wow, Lisa, I know. And Jesus' mighty name, truth and justice, says Sarah. Aaron, please take steps to ensure your own safety, I'm guessing. Thank you, John. Dr. Mercola and I do have security, but I still worry. You know, you just got to do what you got to do. And I figure being out here, even if it's 11 o'clock at night, and I've been doing videos all day starting, I have to get this out, especially because I went live a second time on the wrong channel. And again, we were watching live. Anyone can tell you that was on there, the Atlanta City Police Department, and suddenly it said, this video has been stopped, and it was gone. And everyone asked what happened to the video, and they're just like, watch it on YouTube. Yeah, and it's 2.5 years, Joanne, I've been covering this. Can you explain the viewers what you're doing? Okay, so a lot of new viewers from overseas. What the F is going on, says Michael Belsky. So Michael, love your picture. All right, so here's the deal. My significant other of 9 years is a well-known holistic doctor. He's Dr. Mercola. So he's had a site 20 years, and he interviews a lot of these doctors, and I interview some holistic doctors, though I never get a chance because now I'm the one being interviewed all the time, it seems. And they started dying on June 19th, 2015 with Dr. Bradstreet found dead in a river with a gunshot wound to his chest. I mean, we don't think he just stopped alongside the road, said, I think I was just going to go I already tried to check in the hotel, wasn't ready. I just went to grab some food at the store and water for the hotel. I think I'm going to go kill myself. No, we do not believe that happened. We are, in fact, the experts don't. I've done Discovery Channel, done the shows. Then we had another one dead. Next day, 2 dead. 2 here in Florida, just miles apart from us. Both fathers, both found dead Father's Day. One in amazing shape, just won a gold medal that day at an event, and the other one only 33. And I started covering the stories, and it's just gone from there. Yep, Antar says, check out Dr. Sebi on YouTube. Definitely, guys, check him out. I've done a lot of stories on him. He said when I cured my I don't want to get the quote messed up, but his umpteenth AIDS patient, my mama said, they're going to come get you. They're going to come get you. And then not long after that, he ended up, they locked him up. They gave him food not fit for a dog, says his best friend, and now he's dead. I mean, they killed him. He left his dog at home while jogging. His family said this would never happen, says Karen. That's a good point, Karen. I didn't want to say that, but I thought his family was pretty clear. His brother especially saying he would never do this. Yeah, we got to talk to them, even if just to his brother. No, I'm not talking about Dr. Sabi now, but I'm talking about Dr. Timothy Cunningham, guys. Because, I mean, I am going to look out for this. I mean, I've already talked about whether it be, I'll talk about, it doesn't matter whether it's a black male, black female, white, Asian. We have everybody in here, all these doctors. They have to be, we have to get justice for this, because there's a new plague called monkeypox. It's worse than Ebola. And of course, they tested it out in East Africa, like you hear about this some months ago. Claimed the first breakout was there. Yeah, that's right, where they let it loose, probably in vaccines, says Candace. Cunningham worked in chronic disease unit at CDC, but okay, yeah, we already did that. Why wasn't the text and neighbor statement brought up in the public announcement in the press release? Says, not press release, but the hearing. I forget what you call it. News briefing. Randy, because those pharma troll, I'm sorry, I don't want to say pharma troll, pharma funded news channels, all they did was ask the one gentleman, first of all, you have the kind of tall Caucasian officer, but then they're asking the other African-American man toward the end, couldn't you just miss the body the first time? He's like, we did a thorough search. They're like, maybe the water table changed. Oh, maybe. Man, they were just sound like they're trying to cover it up. I bet he discovered something. They don't want it out, says Brielle. Same, Jennifer Emma, says Nikki. Oh my goodness, says Kayla. Copy link and you can share, says Nikki. Yeah, please guys, share. Are his parents aware of the growing community of doctors and people in these circles that met a similar fate, says Kim McGriffin Warner? Or are they eating the stories his employers are feeding? Kim, that's what we have to know. And I have always waited for the families to reach out to me, like the Bradstreets did, and so many others. But maybe once I've contacted a family member because I had to, but they almost always contact me. But I think I'm going to have to reach out to Dr. Timothy Cunningham's family. And I'm reaching out to the City of Atlanta Police Department. Leanna, Hannon, they won't say what he said in the text. It was so disturbing, they won't release it to the public. But why don't they now? Because he was found dead. We need to know. I don't understand why all those guys and any women that were there at the, that worked for all the big news affiliates, why they weren't asking questions. CBS 46 was there in Atlanta. They flew down here 2 days. They interviewed me at my home. And man, I felt like I was in the Spanish Inquisition about the dead doctors. And then they didn't air the show. What does that tell you guys? They didn't air the show. My sister-in-law works there. I'm scared to even ask about this, says Aaron, I'm not going to say your full name, but definitely if you can ask and email me. Seriously, he was not able to swim. No, Stephanie Suela. Yes, he was trained. I'm not saying yes, he can't swim. He would have been trained in boot camp. He was a commander in the U.S. Navy. He was a top doctor scientist at the CDC. Not only that, but he had talked about jokingly in an interview, because he was famous in Atlanta, that he had just gone on a trip with his family to Cancun. They went to trips to the beach. I'm sure they went swimming, and he would have learned that in boot camp. He knew how to swim. He wouldn't be able to graduate without that. Karen, keep speaking the truth. Karen says, if I go missing in action, I have never been suicidal. But vice versa, Karen. Dr. Mary's Monkey, that's it. Is a must read, Kathy says. Publisher summary, the 1964 murder. Yes, a great book. No faces, just love for the family, says William. Hashtag murder, says Joanne. We need to root out the trolls who are reporting your live feeds. I shared your earlier live feed on several pages today, says Elizabeth Cessna. And when the takedown occurred after someone questioned the validity of these claims. Yes, so that's what happened. I think that it did get taken down. Censorship, Elizabeth, and I say we share it again. We got to. U.S. created Ebola in Africa. Research it. They are so corrupt, says Nikki. Where is this? Atlanta, Brielle, Cole, at the CDC headquarters on Buford Highway, Atlanta, Georgia. We all know Centers for Disease Control. They deleted the link on my timeline that inspired earlier today about this. Yes, Brian, that was my video that went viral. I shared this mommy timeline, 15 minutes ago and no one has reacted to it. At this point, there should have been at least 10 people who would have reacted to the post. This is 1984 all over again. Oh my God, says Brian McDonald. Guys, yeah, I'm not kidding. Hi, Antar. Good to see you. No mad faces, says Dory. Dr. Sabi said his mom told him after he healed his third AIDS patient, I think it was, they would come after him, Jasmine says. He did say that. She did say that. And now he is dead. Love to the victims and the families. I would not take an aspirin if the government offered it to me for free. They offer vaccinations free, says Tammy. I live in Chattanooga. What the hell's going on? David, my father is 80 years old, and he still hang glides and jumps off your launch there, Lookout Mountain at the top. I forget how high the launch is. My family, tons of family in Atlanta. I love them and miss them a lot right now. I was evacuated there during the hurricane, and we're in Florida, northern Florida. We're not far from Georgia border. Let me tell you, I love Chattanooga, Tennessee. I love Atlanta. And I just feel so sad because they said he was a pillar of the community in the mainstream news. Dr. Timothy Cunningham was a pillar of the community. And I don't mean not to talk as much about the other doctor here. I mean, you know, oh wait, I guess we didn't make our link. Gosh, there's just so many. Man, it's just crazy today. Hold on here. Sorry if it's messy. Apologize for my messy room. I was too tired of sitting at a desk any longer, but I'm not sure if it's any better. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mean not to pay attention to Dr. Cotton, who leaves a family behind. You know, it's very sad. But the really sad part is if he wanted a family, I don't know, or anything, married, anything, he never got that chance. He was only 35 years old, Dr. Cunningham. Extreme journalism, says Randy. I like that. That's kind of what we do. This is just the tip of the corruption iceberg in this, and John gets cut off. Why can't people be mad about this? It's so horrible. Trish, I think they should be mad. Just give sad faces instead of mad. Sad instead of mad, guys, because we got taken down earlier with the most viral video in 4 years I've ever had. He spoke out in an interview against something which most people here don't know, and then he disappeared, and now he's dead. And if you don't know what this is about, you aren't supposed to be here, says Lisa. Lisa, you may be talking about that they said he spoke out against the flu shot. So the only issue is, in those quotes, it said that, you know, when he administered it to his patients. As an SCD from Harvard, as a doctorate in science, I want to stick with the facts. It sounds really intriguing to say that, yeah, maybe he was saying the flu shot was bad, but he wouldn't be administering the shot. Even his parents said he didn't say that. But anything is possible. I don't know. The guy had 3 crystals in his pocket and collected them. I have no idea what his beliefs were. I believe that he had some kind of alternative beliefs going on here. I think that's fair to say. We need to take this critical. Something is coming, says Brian. I know Joanne says hydrate. I have no water, Joanne. I thought I brought up enough. Oh, wait, yes, I do. I forgot. It's recyclable corn based, but I forgot I have a smoothie here for energy. This is 6 hours on live today, guys. We're still at over 1,000 people. Why mad faces, says Nicole. People are angry, Nicole. I don't blame them. They're mad, and we got to get this word out. He probably is ready to expose info about a pandemic the government plans to release or cut the masses down to 500,000 in the U.S. Hey, Sharon, that wouldn't surprise me. You know, there are political politicians on the left and right who are saying we have 6 years or less before we're going to be like Venezuela. They're in bad shape right now, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. We have, I don't know. I don't know what they have planned in this nation against us. The centers, I don't trust the Centers for Disease Control. You ever watch The Walking Dead? I mean, come on. I knew it. Cover up, says Susanna. If you keep up with the angry faces, you're going to get it, says Melissa. Please, guys, no angry faces, no mad faces. Much love and respect from Australia, Aaron, says Sean. Shared with all my groups in Australia. Thank you, Sean. Let's hope this one stays up. Brian says, pharma controls almost everything. No trolls, Marth says. Troll anger faces, Andy says. No more. Yet people continue to trust the CDC, says Joanne. It's unbelievable, guys. Oh my gosh. We had a nurse who had was at the health department who stated that the flu vaccine, or the inefficacy or whatever, or because of the mutated viruses, could be responsible for the epidemic this year. But they seemed to shut her up pretty quickly. I did a story on that went really viral. Someone or people want this pulled, says Joanne. That's right. Dr. Mary's Monkey, that's right. And medicine, Fadalin, says Connor. Just like AIDS was created too, says Jessica. Population control. Depop is a major narrative, says Brian. Never trust the government, Scott says. Be careful, Aaron, please, says Kayla. Thank you, Kayla. Rob says June kayak. No sad face. Sad faces are okay, Lydia, I think. I hope. Depopulation against biowarfare. The CDC needs to, and Nikki, you got cut off. Dragging and pausing, says Teresa. Rob says, hold on, guys. You know, actually, she came up not personally, but kind of like a character like hers when we were talking about, you know, the doctor stories. I don't know. Maybe they were comparing me to her. I've met her in person, actually, the vets, and she's tiny, petite. I'm 5'10", but I guess I'm kind of petite, too. Hold on. Okay. Everyone, we must start a revolution. This is the worst genocide, worse than the Holocaust, says Karen. Raid the CDC, says Nikki. They are scared, I bet. Thank you, Aaron, says Maria. Cleveland Clinic doctor spoke out against the flu vaccination and was fired. Lisa, that would be, I've spoken, his wife wrote me, Dr. Needs, is it? And not many people realize that one of our, I told you we have every race, religion, creed. One of our doctors, holistic doctors, was also at the Cleveland Clinic, and he was running for libertarian president. And this one man right here, and his name's not, I wish I could click and it would take me to his article. We got to do that. We have to have some interactive stuff on the site. This doctor right here worked at the CDC, was one of the heads of the CDC. He was for legalization of marijuana. He spoke out against GMOs. He was libertarian, and he was found dead in a motel room. And really, I don't have the full explanation. Of course, there was hardly any, he was running for president of the United States of America. There was hardly any news coverage. Maybe they're healing crystals, says Jennifer. Maybe our fish out of water swimming skills, says Deagle. Hey, Deagle, good to see you. Why didn't they mention his behavior previous to his death? Randy, I know somebody said a 5-year-old could figure this out. Why were they not talking about his suspicious behavior? His mom and dad saying on TV that he sent them suspicious texts, alarming texts, disturbing texts. Christy says, share it 6 and 7 times. It's showing up on my wall, but not in the news feed. Go figure. Okay, guys. So Christy, share it. Hey, Steve, share. Your last name, share. You share it. I know you. I'm not surprised to hear this. Keep telling the story, Sis Teresa. This is so close to my family that live and work there. My sister-in-law works at the CDC. Hey, I would ask her about it if you could, Aaron. Let me tell you guys this right now. So, or probably it would be Melissa. But listen, guys, I shared on Aaron at Health. Okay, my video got erased with hundreds of thousands of likes and views. Then I went live again on Aaron at Health Nut News, but somehow it came out on my personal page. You know how we all have a personal page? It's smaller, right? So it's like Facebook does not want this heard. Sounds like he was killed because he was going to leak that we were doing depopulation control with a flu shot since he worked in the population control, says Christina. What is a nonprofit, Nick said. Nick, a nonprofit would be a company that's not looking to, sorry, I just got to move because I have been in the same position for too long today, that would not be making a profit like, I worked for a nonprofit for 5 years, Citizens Action Coalition. We worked to fight the big monopoly utility companies. You know how your electric company jacks up your prices, or your cable company. So that we weren't looking for profit. We were just paid very little to try to help the people. Kind of like what I do now, because really I make less than a nonprofit worker, Nick, but that's okay. I didn't sell anything for 4 years. That was my own fault. Karen says, revolution we must against CIA, CDC. Pin Aaron, says Christy. Yeah, pin it, please, guys. Who goes jogging sick with crystals in their pocket, says Gwendolyn. A regular. And testing what kind of 3 crystals it was. They all have meaning, says Kelly. I wish we knew. I wish we knew, and I'm going to probably have to pull an autopsy report on this. I want to see the toxicology reports, the tox reports when they come out. Facebook doesn't want the truth out there. Karen, is the first time I agree. The people need to go against the government. It has to stop. Pin Aaron's page. Thank you, guys, for saying that. I've shared and implored my friends to watch. Thank you. Yeah, we had maybe tens of thousands of comments. This one won't be as much. What officially is being done about this carnage, says Richard. Richard, I'll tell you what, all I can do is do the articles. That's all I know how to do as a journalist. I've only been doing this 4 years. I used to work for nonprofits and run health retreats, little health retreats on the beach, but I knew I had to do something. So we share it, we get the word out, we show it to people. You want to show the healthnutnews.com recap with people, they can read for days on this. People are doing their dissertations, their PhDs on this. And it's great. It's awesome. I'm supposed to interview with a guy at Oxford that wants me to be for his, his PhD. I saw you in my feed for the first time in months, said Kim Sweeney. See, guys, I never show up. So please show it as see first. If you go to, you guys know how to do it on your phone, right? So yeah, get on Holistic Lives Matter too. But if you go to Aaron at Health Nut News, I know it's kind of hard when you're on here, but even if you're on a phone, you just go to the drop down, probably unlike my own page. Well, and then you hit see. Oh, look. Oh my gosh. I'm never see first. It's me. That's me, Aaron, right there. Where am I? and it's not see first. Unbelievable. It does that to me all the time, and half the time it unlikes my page for me. Guys, you've heard about Google censorship and YouTube censorship and Facebook censorship. I mean, this is crazy, absolutely crazy. So definitely join our group, Holistic Lives Matter, too. Article read below, Cunningham, 35, Harvard University, educated epidemiologist, patterns and causes of human disease and injury. Okay, I think we got that one. I can't send you a friend's request, says Viola. Viola, I am Max, but if you follow me, I will follow you back. I will really try hard to remember. Karen, ISDAALDF also, says Nikki. Followed, says April. Share. Kelly says, thank you for sharing, talking about this. Thank you, says Nick. Thank you, Aaron. You're in our prayers, says Elizabeth. What the heck, says Kristen. Shared, Caroline. Boycott Big Pharma, says Christopher. I'm a health nut, says Andy. And there's nothing wrong with being a health nut, guys. It's a funny name. But you know what? The top sites on the internet, they call themselves health nuts. There's nothing wrong. I know this isn't corn. It's corn. It's not plastic, but it's in a corn-based, probably GMO, I don't know, based container that I had to grab today on the go because I was starving. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with wanting to be healthy. We're the normal ones. We are the normal ones. It is not normal to want to take every vaccine in the schedule. It is not normal to want your Frankenfood. It is not normal to want your water fluoridated and be over medicated, and I mean all the other crazy stuff. God is with us who supports natural, says Candace says James, because they're standing up against the pharmaceutical companies. That's how it started with you, Aaron. Food health. That's why, guys, I beg you to follow, like this page, because we lost the most viral video we ever had. Can someone share the like to her page, says John. Hey, when you're on the video, can somebody explain? There should be a way, if you're watching this, you'll probably see my little picture like this, right? Where is it? Oh, that's the wrong page. But if you see it, you should see like right when you're watching the video up top, there should be a way to follow and to get notifications for my videos. I forgot to say that on the last one to hundreds of thousands of people. Could someone interview coworkers or family members, independent media? Sylvia, I can try. I don't know how the CDC is going to talk to me, though. But I'd love somebody to talk to their sister on there. Was it Melissa and Aaron? And send me a message. You know what? Surveillance cameras before leaving work. Who was the last person who spoke with him? Shantaya said. Aaron, do you know how far his body was found where he usually ran from the city? That's a good point. The rivers, they keep flowing. Kim, that's true. He could have been moved. Here's the problem. He left work sick that day. So it's unusual that he go for a run. If he did, even if he wasn't feeling well, how does this 35-year-old robust man, doctor, not be able to, if he falls in the Chattahoochee, not be able to get out? When did the death start? June 19th, 2015. Who was the victim, ground zero? Dr. Bradstreet. I've read a lot about government's involvement with population control, says Carlos. Parents would know. If he got a raise, he would tell his family, says Jennifer. That's a lie. I heard they don't release promotion, says Rachel. But Rachel, look what's going on. The CD says its missing researcher wasn't denied a promotion, but police say he was denied a promotion. I guess when there's a criminal investigation, they're going to tell. Why won't the news channels pick it up? Clarice says. Clarice, if you go look at the recap stories here, so you just go to Health Nut News, it's easy to remember.com/recap. This alone is my, not life's work, but 3 years of my life. You can read all about the mainstream links. Every one of these doctors, starting with 1, 2, 3, Dr. 4, Dr. 5, updates on the doctors, 5, some maybe aren't suspicious, update 2, update 3, 6, 7, 8. We'll have links to the articles on my page with mainstream. You can read all about them. They have been in the news, but usually they're only in, they're not in like the CBS Evening News. Welcome. They're like, they're like KHFU Boston news affiliate, or that Cleveland sister station for Fox, They cleaned any proof of a motive, says Brian. Very disturbing, says Joanne. What's the truth about Lyme disease? Kelly, I write a book about it. I give away. Just go to the website. You can get the book called In the Limelight. I don't charge anything. So you can get it on the site, all about me recovering from Lyme. Yes, we are, Karen. I'm not afraid anymore, says Nikki. They say we're nuts as Lyme patients, and they are cruel and humane. What's the next step, Aaron? What can we do? Sharon says. Sharon, besides sharing what we do, besides sharing the work we do here, because they're censoring us, I would say that you can share it with family, friends, tag them. It's probably not a good idea to talk about at the dinner table, but try to get the word out there. on your page. Share, share, share. Even if it's not mine, nobody else is really writing about it, but if somebody else writes about it, make sure it's accurate though. There's a ton of, misinformation out there, and that's why we work so hard at our accuracy. But get the information out there, even if you have to link USA Today about his death. But of course they say, oh, he just drowned, but get the information out there. They have no idea if he drowned. He's 7 weeks decomposed in a river. They don't want us to know all the things they are using against us, says Jerry. Likes and hearts only. It can trigger censorship, says Heather. Tweeted also. Good idea, Joanne. I got a tweet in YouTube. Aaron, you're doing a good thing here, John Phillips DeSalvo says. Thanks, John. And John, this is after 6 hours live today. And I got to be on a live TV radio show tomorrow morning. Autumn, Almighty God, justice, amen, says Kristen. It cut you off, though. I just want to know why they killed him. Are we at the end of the questions? No. I read in an article a few weeks ago he was denied promotion. It was given to someone else, says Tracy. But, Tracy, despite that, the CDC says, I can't even talk anymore, its missing researcher wasn't denied a promotion. But the Atlanta PD say otherwise. So which is it? Which is it? Which was this prestigious, accomplished 35-year-old doctor, Harvard, doctorate, I don't know, commander, all the things. What was really happening? Was he denied? Nobody knows. He was murdered by the government. It's corrupt. My brother-in-law says U.S. Marshals are murdered all the time, and they say it's suicide. Bunch of lies, says Michelle. Karen Pavilions, find me on Facebook. Please lock your doors tonight. Be careful, says America. He was sick. They want you to think he drowned because he was sick. Jogging while sick. Yeah, Gwendolyn, who goes jogging while they're sick? And they don't know he was jogging. Maybe if he texted somebody saying, hey, I'm going jogging, though anybody could operate his phone. My friend's life was being threatened by doctors moved to Merida so she would not be killed. I'm not sure if you mean in Mexico. Yeah, there's so many here, guys. I know we can't read them all. Biowarfare, Dr. Wiener was also a hero, says Brigitta. That would be Dr. Jim Weiner. That would be out of Pittsburgh. I'm not sure which one we're talking about. Dr. Jim Weiner was, W-I-N-E-R, was visiting here in Florida and found unconscious on the side of a sidewalk with no ID, no wallet. I mean, this is a trend, you guys. It's unbelievable. Shared now over 9,100 times. Thank God. Why are 86 doctors dead? What did they know? Potential whistleblowers? James, definite possibility. I'm going to keep going. Should says, no fear, God lead us to the fight all these fights. I wish I hadn't done 6 hours of live video today. Help us target individuals. They're trying to murder us, says Jennifer. Stop telling people to stop using sad faces. This is America. No, Jackie, the only reason they're doing that, you aren't the emoji police. The reason they're doing that, Jackie, is because Facebook takes the video down if it has a lot of angry faces. It's their algorithm. They're not trying to tell anybody what to do. I have to take a drink and a breath. So, Jackie, they're just trying to help, okay? And so please, that's all. If you can do crying faces, but the angry faces especially, we got a video taken down today, Jackie, with hundreds of thousands of shares and, likes and tens of thousands of shares, and that may have been why. Faye says the CDC used to be our firewall against insufficient or bad vaccines. Also, the CDC is rumored to house samples of live smallpox. The Russian counterparts of the CDC, ditto. It was supposed to have all been, and I can't see what you said, Faye, but I did some articles where they had some kind of contagious diseases they forgot about in boxes in a closet and could have killed everybody. It was unbelievable. It's like The Walking Dead. Why do you think The Walking Dead? I mean, I know that sounds crazy, right? It's a TV show on AMC. But let's look at it. I mean, truth is stranger than fiction, right? So in The Walking Dead, what happened? They accidentally released the virus, and then everybody bit each other and died, and now they're all on the run. When I evacuated to Atlanta, where it's filmed, by the way, I actually ended up in this little church, and the hurricane came and almost took me out, took all the houses out around it with big trees smashed on it. But I was on the set of The Walking Dead. Pretty crazy. You can view the complete comments if you have another screen accessing your same broadcast, says Lissy. I know, I need to do that, actually. Please share the link to the page, says John. I will as soon as I finish the video. I think you'll learn about a few gunshots to the back of his head or energy weapons or ice poison darts, says Rianne. We are talking money and power at a level. Did you miss my message? Michelle, I must have. I'm very sorry. Tell me again. They destroyed him, says Caroline. Jackie Lee Brown, angry faces and algorithms. Yanks live feeds. That's a fact, says Joanne. Yeah, guys, I think it is. If you use mad sad faces, it'll shut down live feed on Facebook, says Ashley. I cannot find you when I search for you anymore. I also have you pinned. You are no longer pinned. Facebook told me you do not exist, says Christy Powers Mitchell. Christy, it's Aaron at healthnutnews.com. Also, people on my earlier broadcast asked. I'm on YouTube is Aaron Elizabeth, healthnutnews.com. Definitely get there on Instagram.com/ my handles at healthnutnews. Definitely get on the pages. Mad faces mean videos polled. Karen Pavilions, your target individual. I remember that. Vaccines cause more trouble in boys and African Americans, says Rachel. That is correct. That's according to the MMR, the 2004 MMR vaccine study at the CDC. Don't use mad faces. This is so sad. Why aren't authorities doing anything about this? And Audrey, why weren't the journalists asking him, hey, wait a minute, O'Connor. What about the fact that the CDC said he wasn't denied a promotion and you say they told you he was? What about the fact he was telling his neighbors, take my number out of your phone? What about the fact he's sending mom and dad disturbing text and saying, are you there? Oh my God, he's writing his mom, are you there? Are you there? He was trying to reach them, but his mom had her phone on silent. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. They got to make a movie about this. That's why I'm doing it. James says, over 80 holistic doctors dead. Yeah, James, we're at 87 tonight with a holistic doctor. Remember, Bayer's bad. Man, George Sorpino, not sure of his spelling in Monsanto. You might mean Soros. They pulled that info, says Rachel. No angry faces, says Leslie. I'm hyped up, says Joanne. Jennifer, yes, I'm a sound mind. I have a top secret name with the CIA, says Karen. Wow, okay. I don't question. I mean, I'm open-minded here. Who knows? Something is rotten in the state of Denmark or USA, says Doreen. They found him in previously searched area by his home, says Shalom. Yes, Shalom, they did. The gentleman stated numerous times in the video, even though they tried to beat him down, those pharma media, he said, yes, we thoroughly investigated the area before. But they said, well, maybe the water changed. Maybe, I don't know, the wind changed. Maybe you didn't have your flashlight on. I don't know. Ridiculous. They did thorough technical investigations. My friend says she can't watch the video. They pulled the video. Oh, God, I hope not, Trisha Spiegel. Stop angry faces, says Kayla. Says Latimar. I can't see angry right now. Me too, Karen. Facebook is putting in the angry faces. Wouldn't surprise me. You're amazing. Thank you, Valerie. Jennifer, I'm an RN double vaxxed at Newton Wesley Hospital RN. Poisons. So sorry. Veronica said it was just booted off. It happens all the time, guys. Angry faces do not get the live video shut down. Trust the something, Audrey says. Well, Audrey, something got us shut down earlier today. Facebook's trolling right now, says Christy. All doctors should go public on any and everything they're working on. Super easy. Live Facebook video would do nicely. Yeah, a few backups given to trusted loved ones, attorneys. So if they go missing, says Christy. Yeah, I know. Creed IZ, righteousness in the U.S. Amen. Love you both. Warriors of peace and objective research. Peace, grace, respect you both. Jen, please message me after this, says Karen. Art imitates life. I know I'm behind. Judy says, what were the crystals? We don't know. I'd like to find out. Connor says, see, I do a check on the name, meaning, and see from what stem of the family they come from. Again, it's all too perfect. That would be interesting. Use Telegram, says Michelle. Yeah, there's so many, guys. I don't know if I can keep going, but at least you're sharing. If everyone just shares once, and if you share twice, and feel free to invite 10 friends to the group. That's super easy. You can invite your friends to this video. You ever done that? That's pretty cool. You can just look over on the left or right on your phone. CDC is a vaccine company, a cesspool of corruption, says Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Veronica, I've shared a stage with Mr. Kennedy many times, and we share his work, and I've talked to him, talk to them regularly from the World Mercury Project. What do we need to know? Boycott the CDC. Come together in March? I know, Veronica. I think we might need to get there again. How can anyone believe they aren't involved? A fifth grader can see this, says Nikki. Right-left paradigm is complete psyop. The feds are against us all. We need to unite already. Christopher Robert Murray. Truer words have never been spoken. The right-left paradigm is just a complete psyop. The feds are against us all, and we need to unite already. That's a beautiful thing, Christopher. Please be safe and watch your back. And same with whether you're, I kind of got sidetracked, but I was going to show you one of the prominent doctors happened to be Jewish. But, we have Jewish, Catholic, we got it all. They don't discriminate when these doctors are found dead. About the only time they don't, right? Government and Big Pharma don't want to cure cancer because it's all about money. Research Agenda 21. QAnon has talked about these doctor and scientist deaths, by the way. QAnon and President of the United States taking notice, bringing the subject to light. They are saying Big Pharma exposed and going down soon, says Emily. Emily, I hope it's true. I mean, of course, we all hope that it will be exposed. I hear different opinions, but there is somebody QAnon out there, whether male or female, bringing the truth, and they have dropped the truth about the doctors I've talked about and the scientists. This is a doctor and scientist. No, Aaron, any longer. Peeves me, says Christy. Well, why would Aaron say that Audrey Tracy Jennings and another live broadcast? I'm not sure what you mean, Tanya. I haven't put any faces. You know nothing, says Jackie. Okay, Jackie, it's okay. Calm down. Big Pharma thrives on disease states. So sad profits are allowed above health and life. I want this to stay interesting. So they keep blocking you, says Tim. Oh, guys, I'm sure that you're getting knocked off. Okay, so Jennifer just put her phone number. Hopefully you don't get any prank calls. Print a list of all your followers. That way you can get back to us, says Norma. Norma, I have over 150,000 people on the newsletter. Just go to the page. Boom. Top of the page on your phone. You get the free book. Just put your name, email address. That's it. You're not going to get spammed. I only send them every other week. It's just me. I'm the only one who does it. I'm bringing you guys the truth every day. I don't take days off. I need to. Deep State trying to save as many traders as possible, says Edgar. Jennifer says, message me, Karen. Talk is cheap, Q, says Jazz. Too much money and power, Big Pharma to allow the truth to come out. Amazes me how many people believe our government. CDC, says Susan. Zuckerberg pulls live feeds, Joanne. I'm trying to send a private message. Not working, says Scott. Man, crazy stuff going on. Can't wait for the CDC rally for Lyme disease on May 4th. Yes, I don't know if that was the one I was invited to speak to. You know what? I may have to because I've been invited to like 4 events I said no about speaking at, but maybe I should be at that one. Susan, I'll send you the video of CBD oil actually curing cancer cells. I thought that was GC Math. Well, no, there is one on CBD too, I think. Welcome, Muhammad. Jennifer says, wow, please be careful putting your number here, says Valerie. I know. You know he was murdered too, Karen says. Murdered. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Who would kill themselves in a burning car? Oh, we must be way behind. All right, I'm just going to go all the way to the end, guys, like I did last time. Yeah, we're never going to duplicate like 1 million views or anything, or 2 million. Man, there's thousands of comments. I had no idea, guys. Sorry. There's thousands. There's got to be. I'm still scrolling. It's like I'm on a... What's with the RH negative? I am, says Jean. I don't know what they were saying about that. RH negative would mean obviously if you're pregnant, having a baby, we could talk about RH negative blood. Update, Ronald Bernard found dead in Florida. Not true, says, but that's not who we were talking about, by the way. I will look up Ronald Bernard. I don't know who he is. Being Jewish is being outcast. So many people murdered. How did they do this? 87 star 87 without anything caught on video. I know there's because you know why? I talked to the family members of these doctors. They say they were always with someone, but how is it that they always seem to be alone when it happens? Big shocker, right? You still have 700 viewers, says Jem. It's rare blood. They target you heavily, says Jennifer. I'm A+, so A positive. Hopefully that's good. B17 kills cancer, says Angela. Drinking all the coconut water. I might have to go soon because I have to run and go. 19 on the plane, says Keela. I missed that. You got an invite to speak at the CDC rally, says Kim. Kim, I don't know if you're asking or I believe I did. I've been asked to speak before. And I know Dr. Mercola has. I've been asked to speak at a huge cannabis event in Colorado. I was asked to speak at another cannabis event, big one in Pennsylvania, California. I just spoke. I don't have any speaking events coming up to promote. 99% I do free. But yeah, I just spoke here at CalJam. This was all doctors. So that was a big audience there. That's me speaking. I had a bad hair day, but that's some of the audience and you can't even see it all. But yeah, so we get big audiences when we speak. So that was me just a couple months ago. And then you might notice the drums. I play with the band too after I speak. So yeah, I do. I'm a musician as well. So that's kind of my main thing. Actually, being a journalist is new to me. So anyway, 19 on the plane. Why can't we reply to other comments? I don't know. Yeah, Facebook. Blame Facebook. Let's see. Cunningham would not be the type of person that if you kidnapped him and held him, he could give you access to some horrific virus that could be the real problem. That's what O'Connor said, Rachel, right? O'Connor said he was not the type that if you kidnapped him and held him, he could give you access to some horrific virus that could be a real problem for something. I remember that, Rachel. Good job. That's what O'Connor says. I don't know if it's true or not because who did he hear it from? The CBC. And Dolly, Fayez, you are right. They killed Dr. Sebi. When I heard this, I thought, that's not right. Surely serious investigations going on, says Kathy Franklin. Yeah, the feed was in and out. I don't think that's by mistake either. Kathy, great comment, and I believe it. CBO cures folks, spy on the internet, says Charlie. RH negative are targeted by our American government. If the invite is to the CDC, don't go, Aaron. No, this was a CDC protest, It wasn't it wasn't by the CDC. What time was the 87th doctor found? Randy says, let me show you. Corruption runs deep, says Lisa. Wow, we've skipped thousands of comments too. Dolly, they're getting the wrong CDC doctors, getting to the wrong CDC doctors. Maybe, Aaron, you shouldn't go speak at the event. You're a huge advocate. Someone passing you a flyer, water slipped with something. Oh gosh, Kim, then Dr. Mercola and I better watch out because we go to a lot of events to speak. And I go without him sometimes and he without me. RH negatives are God lights workers, says Karen. Bunk that they have killed the whole family. God, I hope I'm not getting sick. I've gone so much on. So, Aaron, this live video is gone from your page. Oh, don't say that, Jennifer. Don't say that. You're freaking me out. Hold on. Oh my gosh, you're freaking me out, girl. Just a second. All right, hold on. It takes so long for this to load up. That was just me searching for Timothy Cunningham, so it's nothing private. Okay. Tell me the video's still going. Guys, don't say it. Yeah, I think it's right up top, right? Oh my gosh. There it is. Okay, we're good. We're good. So we've got a lot less. 4.4 likes. We got 6,000 shares. It's better. Not the reach of before. You guys saw my video before was way higher than that, but this is still something. The video before, which you can't see, but I showed it earlier, was 130,000 live. No, yeah, 130,000 live people. So that's not, we're never going to duplicate that, but this is something good. And at least we're getting the word out there about this man, this doctor, this commander, that we need to find out what happened to him. What is the link for the book, says Nick. Which book? Nick, my book? Just go to Health Nut News. Let's see. Okay, I don't know why I'm going on Del Bigtree show, but I'm going on tomorrow. I still wondered what I was going to talk about. I got to get up early for that. Charlie, don't buy it. Don't buy just anything. Be sure you do your research. Okay, I don't know if you guys are talking about products here, guys, but I did not hear anything about these holistic doctors, says Chelsea. Okay, yeah, let me know, guys, if anybody's selling products here because I can't see. We only have one thing we do is CBD, but I'm not going to be promoting it on a video about a man who has just died. So I ask others don't do promotions right now either. We started a line the end of November because we had to pay our staff. I can't be paying out of pocket anymore. Aaron, it's posted out at my newsfeed, says Christy. Let's see. I'm O negative, says Nicole. Kimberly says you need your own security. Dr. Mercola and I do have it. Bridgetta says you coming to Pennsylvania anytime soon. We were supposed to go to speak, I think any day now, Bridgetta. Maybe it was the other day at a large cannabis, like legalization of cannabis or hemp event, but we just couldn't go. It was still freezing up there and had too much going on. By the way, Dr. Mercola's father just died yesterday, so we have a lot going on right now. Okay, would love to video on CBD and cancer. Okay, so Karen and myself are targeted individuals. Kim, she does. Rest in peace, says Leisha. Andrew, I'll send you it. Message me. Okay, yeah, Jennifer, I know Jennifer's a regular here, but yeah, guys, I do ask that when we're talking about the doctor dying, that we're not talking about, CBD oil and stuff like that. That's not cool, because I don't allow that in the Holistic Lives Matter group either. I'm sure you can understand. God is protecting us, Jennifer. You're going to get banned, says Terrence. I need a link to get the book. I hope I'm not. Aaron, you're protected. Please stay safe. Can you explain what this is even about? What are you talking about, says Stephanie. Stephanie, we have the 86th doctor found dead and the 87th doctor found dead today in the Holistic Doctor series. There's 86, Dr. Timothy Cunningham. Here's the 87th doctor that was found with his car on fire in an elementary school parking lot, and the investigators are looking for information. He's a holistic doctor, Norman Valdez Cotton Jr., 54. He lived in Howell and practiced in Fowlerville in Commerce Township in the state of Michigan, and he was just found dead too. I think they found Dr. Cunningham after missing 7 weeks on Tuesday, and they announced it today. But just last night, you guys rewind this video, you'll see that I talked about the death last night, because I knew, even though with all the black males they were finding dead and the parents were very sad but felt bad for the families, that this was the one. It was just too close to his house. What time was the 87th doctor reported burning? 10 a.m., I believe it was. Let me see. Well, let's go look. Hold on. There's too many details to remember. So authorities called just before 10 a.m. Monday. Oh gosh, this has been out a while. I'm sorry. About a burning car parked at the closed Webster Elementary School at 640 West Huron. So it was Monday, according to Oakland County Sheriffs. They might have not announced his name for a few days. His body was badly burned and was discovered inside the red Cadillac at the elementary school. And by the way, they are still looking for help on that. They're not saying whether homicide or suicide. Authorities are asking anyone who saw Cotton or his car, red Cadillac CTS, Michigan license plate between 7:15 a.m. and 9:52 Monday to call the Oakland County Sheriff's Office at 248-858-4911. So that's all in the news, guys. That is our 87th one tonight. And 2 in a day I'm reporting on. What is the guy's name and where is he from? I just said, and this is Tim, and the other one is Timothy Cunningham from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know if he was born there originally, where to go, but obviously that's where he lived and where he was found. Why doesn't this get mainstream coverage, Patty? Probably because most of the holistic doctors are outspoken about pharmaceuticals, and this doctor obviously had some things going on and discrepancies they're talking about with the CDC, and I don't know, mainstream doesn't want to talk about it because if you look, anytime you turn it on, they're run by pharmaceutical and big agricultural ads. Getting the corruptions with Big Pharma. He's huge. They're threat to the elites, says Lisa. Kathy, why isn't Jesus stopping this? Because he's imaginary. Okay, so we all got our opinions on that, guys. Let's not get into religion. We got to stick together whether you're religious or not, or whatever your beliefs are. Okay, okay, Jennifer, it's knocking me out of the video. Sorry, guys. Michelle, Aaron's website, praying in Jesus' name. We need a GoFundMe for security or something. Please help. Still trying to shut you down, they said. Jennifer said, B17 cures. I don't see it from your page when I got to it, says Jennifer. I'm not sure what you mean. I missed the beginning. Can you enlighten us? Hopefully, Christina, you just got the recap on that. We're 86 and 87 dead. That's my concern. Someone will try, Yaya says. Cancer research is a joke. Always has been, says Angela. What CBD drops? Rashawn, CBD, I do a whole explanation of it on my page. You can scroll probably down a few and see all the difference between CBD, hemp, etc. I have not been talking about CBD. Other people have. Thanks, Sylvia Morales, for the info. As I type, my letters are getting frozen. One world order. I can't read this all. MMSM doesn't want anything but misinformation. Yeah, and I usually start reading when I just get a little sleepy here, guys, because I've been going and going. Now, CBD is, somebody said cannabis drops, but actually it's derived from hemp, the flowers and stalks. It's different than hemp seed oil, obviously, and it would be different from cannabis oil that would have like a THC. If it's from hemp, then it would have 0.3 THC or less. 0.3% THC or less, and it doesn't make you high. That's if you guys want that explanation. I can't just miss the beginning. What was the discrepancy between them? Tanya, the discrepancy was that, this is the Washington Post, the CDC said its missing researcher, Dr. Timothy Cunningham, wasn't denied a promotion. The police say, oh, liars, you said he was denied a promotion. So was the CDC lying? Is the Atlanta PD lying? I think we do not know the whole story. Malaysia plane crash. Yes, I've read about that, Kayla. Brian says, I'm getting off here. Maybe we will be targeted. Okay, Brian, it's okay. Raquel says, umbilical stem cells cures everything. Will come soon across use by IV. Raquel, I have used umbilical stem cells from healthy newborn C-sections and donor mothers. I had many vials injected into my shoulder. I have been a guinea pig and done all this on air. I have also used my own stem cells from adipose when I had an accident, had fractures while traveling in Nashville. I did live videos on all this. I don't really like the umbilical stem cells. If you've seen some of the videos I've done, if you talk about like the palagen flow and all that, they're saying, are there really stem cells in the umbilical or the amniotic fluid or umbilical cord? So I prefer that if somebody were going to do it, to use their own stem cells as opposed to putting somebody else's into your body. That's me. And if there's even stem cells that are viable or alive, which is definitely being questioned. I'm in Singapore and your video is okay here. Hey, good to see you, Camellia, in Singapore. Aaron, I'm concerned you and Dr. Mercola may be targeted at some point in the future. Please be very careful, says Roxanne. Thank you, Dr. Mercola, and I will. I just had a cop drive by, says Albert. Well, that is crazy. Terry says, so any idea as to why he would be murdered? Terry, because he worked for the CDC, because he would have known information that he wanted to get out, because he was telling people to erase his number from their phone and he was sending his parents disturbing, alarming text. I don't know. Because he knew too much. I posted twice. Thank you, guys. Please keep posting. It's the only way we're going to get out there. RIP to all the real doctors. That's right, Renaya, because they are real. Cancer does cure with stem cell treatment, says Ro. Hey, there's definitely people who've used it. My friend had late stage leukemia and his brothers gave stem cells, but they did it through bone marrow transplant. So they had to drill into the hip, get the bone marrow, and he's alive. What a scary world we live in. I pray for you, Aaron, says Wendy. A GoFundMe account is a good idea. We have to get our names out there. I'm praying for your safety, says Linda. Leader doing it. Gosh, we have so many guys. I can't get through them. Dr. Sinatra has his own line of products, says Linda. We know Dr. Sinatra, Steve Sinatra, Linda. Good friend. Dr. McCullough's especially, but I know him. Stock up on your oil, says Brigitte. I told Michelle about your CBD because she was asking. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, I don't promote it, but it is AaronHNN if you want it.com. What happened? I saw this on the news. Doctor missing. They found him dead. Corrine, yes, unfortunately. They had preliminary autopsy yesterday, but today, technically still, Thursday, they announced it. I actually wrote last night about it 20 hours ago because I knew I saw it coming when they found the body by the house. I just knew it. Holistic doctors are being hunted. I'm sorry for your Dr. Mercola's loss. You both are my prayers, says Dawn. Thanks, guys. More talk about CBD. Scott, Jesus is real. Sorry, you're going to find out the hard way. Okay, so that's all right. We won't get into it. Crazy alcohol has zero benefits and CBD has tons. That's the truth. Some quotes that Peter made from Isaiah. Jim says, my condolences to Dr. Mercola. Wow, we must be so behind, you guys. You and Dr. Mercola take care of yourselves. Oh, there's so many praying for the doctors. RH negative blood. Should have had cameras. There's so many, you guys. Oh my gosh. Man, this is still a big broadcast considering. The government is, this is bigger than the government, says Angela. And that could very well be. Brian Noel says, I think she just wants to make a book. Brian, I've been writing about this for 2.5 years. I haven't asked for a book deal. I did finally decide to do a film deal, movie deal, because I have had every company writing me. And you know what? Not only did I say in there, I asked for no money. I had people that I questioned offering me money right up front to do a movie deal. Instead, I asked for producer's credit and I asked for no money in the contract. So you tell me how often that happens, Brian Noel. Peace out to you. It's buffering, Nikki says. Thanks for explaining. I've been running this site 4 years. Till a couple months ago, we sold nothing. We finally came out with a small line so I could pay my editor. I could pay my IT team. I could pay my full-time assistant who just tries to keep up with media contacts, etc. Media, like the one we got today to be on Dell's show tomorrow. I always stand up. Union organizer here and activist, says Marilyn. Thank you for this, says Sergio Armando Campos Lobos. I think they said the school was closed, says Karen. Oh, for Dr. I know, 87th Doctor. I don't know why it's such a long name. It's usually I'm really good at immediately remember them, but Dr. Norman Valdez Cottons. So we'll just call him Dr. Cotton. I wish, now we do have a better picture because I didn't see, of course, the GoFundMe. I did, I linked it, but I didn't really get a chance to look at it. So it's very sad that we've lost him too. No fear, they breathe the same air, no fear, says Angela. No more dead doctors, says Brandon. All right, guys, definitely like, share. That's all I ask. Hit like or follow. A lot of people are hitting follow, which is great. How long till we know more about the 87th Doctor? Randy says. Randy, hopefully tonight. Heather says, this is also sad. What are they doing? These doctors are trying to save our children. Please be careful out there, Aaron. Thank you. Edgar Ramirez says, sad thing is, the people that know the truth sound crazy to other people. My boss doesn't even know about chemicals. How blind are some people? Sharil, we studied my blood with THC and CBD. Cod slows the reproduction of Lyme. THC kills. I hope I can speak on this show tomorrow, guys. Jesus' holy name, stop the murders. Big pharmaceutical. If you can define a cardinal map, I'll cry, says Connor. I'm in DE, Delaware. I can see your video fine. This is amazing. So evil, says Donna. Terrible, just terrible, says Roy. Yes, says Angela. God bless you, says Hens. Thank you. Kathleen says, Virginia here. Be careful, says Nick. Facebook is not letting us post regular normal, making it difficult. Nick Baroni, and I won't attempt to say your last name. I may say it wrong. Nikki. Sorry, Nikki. I knew the moment he was missing that he was gone and the CDC was behind it. Dawn says, you're welcome. I know Dawn's a regular. Marilyn says, we live here in Oregon, need to legalize it nationwide. I believe they did that to you. My friend reposted, says Andros. I believe they took it down, yeah. They took a video down. We had the biggest viral video I've ever done in 4 years and almost 4.5 years. Why do you think marijuana is illegal? It's a natural cure. They don't want us to have it. People are fighting for the legalization and its components. Why would we have to fight for something that truly works to save our lives? But alcohol has nothing to offer, and it's legal, says Lisa. Lisa, you answered your own question. Isn't that the truth? And we really hope we find out what happened to Dr. Cotton. And I'm glad that they are raising money for his, I guess, wife and kids. Susan, not even 2 years. Love you both, says Kathleen. We love you too. When will we unite, says Johanna. How many more murders will it take? Not only the murder of these holistic doctors, but the murders of our children. Yeah, that's true. I can't get through all of these, but I'm just going to see how much further. Gosh, guys, there's so many. Oh my gosh. There we go. Following. Thank you, guys. Please follow and like. I know I'm going to have to go off soon. I try to be in a relaxing setting. I thought maybe sitting in the bed. I know working in the bed isn't a good idea, but I thought it may be comfortable. So I was sitting at a desk too many hours today. Gerard, most states allow CBD, not to get mixed up with the CDC. It's the THC that is an issue. That is true. Most states do allow CBD, though the DEA doesn't like that. You're doing God's work, says Nick. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't hear all about the RH negative stuff, guys. This is a new doctor, Liberty says. Yes, this is number 87, Dr. Cotton. On the same day, I have announced Dr. 86, which I can't stand the number them, but it does obviously help. And that is Dr. Timothy Cunningham, which is a huge deal. And I do not believe, it is very hard for me to believe that he, because he had tennis shoes on, was jogging when he was sick and fell in the Chattahoochee and died. The Dr. Steve Dickerson has taken the medical cannabis bill off the table for Tennessee. Christy, that's terrible. We're finally getting it here. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I have a history of seizures, and I'm hoping to get a medical marijuana, get it legally and going to a doctor. Cannabis is legal here in Delaware. Thank you for bringing this to our attention, says Donna. There hasn't been a witness to the 87th doctor, Randy. That's right, and there wasn't to the 86th either. What happened to this doctor? He was found just Monday, guys, with his car on fire, his Cadillac CT, a red Cadillac, in the what do you call it? I can't even think, guys. I'm so tired. Parking lot of an elementary school. So that is absolutely crazy. And I don't know why that should open into a new window. I got to fix that. But anyway, you can read about him here, Dr. Cotton. And shortly before 10 p.m. Monday, they called about a burning car parked at the closed Webster Elementary School. Thank God it was closed. Could you imagine, like, if kids were watching this guy burn to death? And they did find him. They even found still money in his wallet. I guess he hadn't burned all the way when they got there. How about Bill Gates and his children lead as example of depopulation, says Lazaro and Sonaro. I can't believe Louisiana, of all states, approved medical cannabis. Nikki, that's great. I didn't know. Someone mentioned abarodite crystals. Anita, for working for the CDC and being a military man. Oh, sorry. It's my picture again. Sorry. Dr. Timothy Cunningham didn't have any money, didn't have any keys in his pocket. I mean, he had money. It was a home. He didn't have his wallet. He didn't have a cell phone, but he had 3 crystals in his pocket after allegedly being in a river for 7 months. So something's going on. It kind of reminds me of like the whole Prince thing. I don't know. So if I use CBD on my autistic children, will the CPS accuse me of drugging him? Amanda, depends on what state you're in. Even if you're in California, they can do crazy things like that, or other states that have it legal. I think we have 27 states now. I would check with a doctor who you might find online who is open about if you're looking for CBD with or without THC. Sometimes kids have really strong seizures, so they're looking for something that obviously we don't carry that would have THC, like Charlotte's Web or something like that. I'm not a fan of the Charlotte's Web that's just without it. Something they don't teach in school, blood with a plant splash test. That's why it's turned into medical, says Connor. God bless us, Darlene. Me too. I'm allergic to seizure meds, says Nikki. Yeah, there's so many people on benzos and other drugs, like clonazepam, or is it I can't remember the other one. I want to say the name of another drug, but starts with a D. And they're on seizure medications, or children too that are on steroids and also so many drugs, when they could do a natural CBD with like a low THC ratio. Thank you for your work, says Charlie. Jesus help keep. And I can't see the rest, Charlie, but thank you. Wisconsin just okayed CBD. That's great. Liberty, welcome. Just love you all. So appreciative of your hard work and dedication, says Rianne Hightower. May you be kept safe under the protective wings of the Most High God. Thank you. How am I just hearing about all this right now? I watch the news every day here in New Jersey. We have Doctors there, I believe, Angel. What is killing these men and women? I definitely recommend you guys like the page, follow it, something. You can go to healthnutnews.com/recap. I'm not trying to sell you anything. There may be a pop-up to like our Facebook page. That's it. We don't even have ads. Look at this, you guys. I mean, I'm sharing this with thousands, and you know, I mean, we've had to refresh our servers, but we've had hundreds of thousands of millions of views, and there's not even an advertisement. You can just read to your heart's content for hours. And yeah, I should put it into a book. Oh, and by the way, someone said I'm trying to sell a book. No, I don't sell any books. I give it away free, guys. Husband was diagnosed with throat cancer. Any advice to shrink the tumor? I'm in Tennessee, so no THC. Kathy, I'm so sorry because I know it's not legal there. I could try to recommend you to a holistic doctor in the area. I know there are some great, let me think about that. If you write us at healthnutnews.com/contact, I can have my assistant Michelle look for somebody there. I don't want to treat or diagnose or anything and get myself in more trouble. Prayers for you, Nikki, says Christy. No way Amanda's healthy. It's healthy and helpful for children. Arthritis, THC, says Kayla. Some use all different methods for arthritis. Depends if you're talking arthritis or RA, rheumatoid arthritis. Never heard about Dr. Cotton Liberty. It was just released like an hour ago. Wow, people need to wake up already, says Michelle. Following from Washington State, says Remy. They need to test the water in his lungs and see if it's the same water as they had in the river. That's right, Randy. And when they did that with other doctors like Marshall, I believe they said his was not. 4th generation Marine, 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan, and survival training. Yeah, like he just worked out at the gym, was kick-ass shape, super fit, and goes jogging in Washington, and there's a sidewalk or whatever by the river, you know, and he just falls in. I'm in Tennessee, says Amanda. Okay, there's so many people. They shut me down. Took so long to find you live again, Angela said. Twice they said no results. Angela, please make sure you guys see us first. So on the phone, you just go to the like, drop down, and there's a little picture of like a cell phone, like a cartoon picture, and hit see first. If anyone can post a screenshot, I don't know if you can. That's great. Oh my God, for you, good for you, Aaron. Love, thank you, says Liberty. They don't want us to cure cancer. And we're on YouTube. People are talking about YouTube. Just go to Aaron Elizabeth Health Nut News. Instagram is Health Nut News. Sounds like the killers are leaving clues. I have epilepsy and hoping to have something besides weaning off of primidone and I can never say it, phenytoin. I have cut my meds in half. Christy, are you in a state where, see, I'm not saying I'd recommend this, but if it were me, are you in a state where CBD with THC is legal? Depopulate, start with the gate kids, Charlie. Charlie, what the, says Harriet. Also see Ted Turner talk about depopulation. Diazepam, says Joe. Delanton. Yes, that was it. You guys are so smart. I think it was Delanton. I did have it right. It was Delanton. Thank you, Marcy. But yeah, diazepam could be too, Joe. Cure cancer. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Check out YouTube. They want me on seizure meds for pain, says Diana. Diana, do you have a holistic doctor in your area that you could see? It's not on the news, says Angela. Definitely Dr. Timothy Cunningham is on the news now. I'm so tired, but Depakote is used for seizures, as is clonazepam, as is a lot of D drugs. That's scary, isn't it? My son has trouble keeping still. What does this mean, says Keela Queen. Keela, I would say definitely could be a number of things. I would not try to diagnose. If it were my son, I might think maybe ADD or something, but you know, I would talk with a holistic doctor, even an ND, about diet changes, etc. I don't have seizures. I have Rh negative blood. I'm a combat veteran. Diana, well, thank you for what you do, and I hope that you you're okay. I'm glad you don't have seizures. Yeah, people are naming all the drugs. God bless Aaron. Preach. We are listening. It's legal in Anchorage, Alaska. Aaron, we thank you for all you do. You should de-stress, I know, and prepare for rest. I have to be on a show in the morning, guys. Please take care of yourself. Good night. May God bless. Thank you, guys. I'm going to have to get going. Oh, Dilantin, Depakote, clonazepam, Lamital, I don't even know these. Keppra, I've been on all of these to name a few over the years, says Christy. Wow. Keep her, Jesus. Amen, says Charlie. Monsanto is already growing GMO'd cannabis, says Jim. I know. Francis says, appreciate your work. Thank you, Francis. Diane says they use seizure meds for many things. Too many meds. Chemtrails, says Darlene. Aaron, thank you for your courageous reporting. This has got to gain awareness. Another one dead. This is murder mob style. Hey, one of our guys was murdered by a guy who claimed to be in the mod. He was shot in an organic restaurant. Christopher, he's in here somewhere. He better be. You know, once you get 86, I mean, or 87 now, in one day, it's hard to find them all. I think it's Christopher King. I don't know how I remember these names, but you can look them up. Here, let's go look up Christopher King. What if we just King? What if do you think I remember all these names? I don't think it's really healthy, but I'm just kind of, oh wait, actually the word king is in a lot of things like talking, and I didn't really realize that. Christopher. Let's see. Christopher King. All right. May 29th, 2017. He was a handsome fellow. I kind of remember. Yeah, you know, kind of reminds me of, doesn't remind you a little bit of a young Jack Nicholson. But yeah, he was shot to death in an organic restaurant. And the guy said he had mob ties. Crazy stuff. They didn't even know each other. You'll never see this on the news. That's right, guys. That's why you guys got to like our page. I'm just trying to get the stories out. I'm not making them up. Chemtrails, they're spraying us like dogs. And don't forget, too, I'm going to definitely sleep after this. I'm going straight to bed at midnight. I'm Cinderella. Notice something? Pancreatic cancer has become an epidemic, especially in people over 70. There are different flu and pneumonia vaccinations for certain age groups. True stuff. I know. Connor says a steroid is high risk, but it'll increase the tissue there that is not mutated. Will CBD help with rheumatoid arthritis? Rose, I don't want to make any claims, but you can... If you go to Erin HNN, you can definitely, ERIN HNN, call the 800 number. You can click it right on your phone, and our customer service will help you. I don't usually say that. We're talking about doctor deaths, but I don't want to answer, you know, I have to be very careful what I say online. I'm definitely going to follow you from now on. I'm fighting Lyme, but I haven't begun treatment yet. Only did the doxycycline last year, says Angel. I can't find any suitable treatment yet. Do you have any advice of what helps? Angel, I give away a book on the site. You just go to Health Nut News. Look, right here with the doctor at the top of the page. It's called In the Limelight, My Healing Journey, all about what I did. Definitely watch it. And I speak at events like that are talking about Lyme, but I just had to say no because I had been working too hard and had to take off time. Ariana, nope, I'm not a doctor or scientist. I always say I'm a journalist, not a scientist. In fact, my background, which I'm very open about, was actually, music major. I'm a musician, but I have been with Dr. Mercola 9 years and been fortunate enough to be exposed, especially these 9 years. And even before that, I was doing health retreats and here on the beach on the east coast of Florida, northeast Florida, not far from Georgia, where Dr. Timothy Cunningham was found dead. But no, I always say I'm a journalist, not a scientist. I speak to large groups of doctors, and my specialty would be more investigative journalism, not a doctor or scientist. But definitely, I've done, I had thought about doing, more I've done a lot of health certifications, but I'm not a doctor. Never claimed to be. Chemtrails and vaccines, says Darlene. CBD, says Nikki. I have a good doctor. I need, if you need I cannot say it. I don't know if you mean epidemiologist or epidemiologist. I always say it wrong. I think promotion, I think it's 6-7 hours on live video. Promotion was code for them doing something to me. So when it happens, remember how I said I was promoted when I really wasn't, says Jamie. Let us know about that. How ironic holistic doctors are the ones dying. That's near proof of foul play. I'm in Pennsylvania, says Diane. Oh my God, what's going on, says Babes. I know I'm going to have to go here, guys. I'm going to run out of energy. I really appreciate this. You guys know I've been on 6-7 hours live today. The Spokane doctor wasn't found until a couple of days later, and they'd already searched that area. Joanne Grady, you are correct. And they said, oh, he must have just floated there. But if he'd floated down there, then his iTouch or iPod Touch or whatever would not have been in perfect shape and not even wet, All right, I'm confused. Where are most of the doctors? Lisa, most are in the U.S. all over the place. They seem to kind of take a trend. I mean, these last two we have are Atlanta and Michigan. I don't know. It's hard to say. So those are the last two. Both kind of, more on the East Coast of the United States. Here's a good link. What is this about? I see you showing your computer full of doctors, but can you actually explain? Yes, Bree, for the last 2.5 years, I have been covering the deaths of the holistic doctors. I have done a couple TV shows like Discovery. I've done interviews with other doctors who were friends with those doctors, and also Dr. Mercola and I are friends with a lot of them. And I've also interviewed the family members who I've done shows with. I've done radio shows. And that's all I do is cover the stories. I speak about it at different events along with other things. And I'm a journalist and just trying to get the word out. I started covering the stories in real time when we saw our own friends being found dead and our colleagues. He's on the news, Aaron, but not the rest. Okay, guys, I may be running out of steam. Clonazepam is for my anxiety, says Sherilyn. Yeah, and that's hard because sometimes one can become, Sherilyn, then, you know, one can become immune, or not immune, but they have to build up. Their tolerance builds up, and they have to take more and more because it's a benzo. The hired hits on these doctors are probably being carried out by guys like the ones that was caught after shooting the attorney investigating the Seth Rich murder, says Joe. Yep, it could be. Serotonin is great for muscle and nerve tissue. I'm confused. Did most of the doctors have Rh negative? No, Lisa, not at all. Appreciate what you do, says Marlene. Detox your body, change your diet, says Jenny. All right, guys, please don't get on seizure meds for arthritis. Have been epileptic for years, and every med has side effects, says Christy. That's the truth. All right, guys, I got to get going. These doctors in PA stink, says Linda. We've had several found dead there. Sergio Armando Campos Loba says, Aaron, your thoughts on Dr. Sebi? I think he was an amazing hero. He went up against the New York State Supreme Court. He won. He said he could cure AIDS, people even with full-blown AIDS. He did. He brought them in. They testified. He won the case against him. He fought it. He won. I think that they say he had too much money, cash, you know, over $10,000 or whatever on his person. I don't even know if that's true. They put him in a Honduran jail. His best friend said on video he was fit. He was fed food, not even fit for a dog. And then he was kept in a cold, you know, cell with water, standing water on the floor. They gave him crap food, didn't give him his herbs, gave him drugs, and he died. I mean, they killed him, more or less. You know, they may have not shot him in the head, but have a good night. Love to all, says Dawn. I know I'm going to get going. Heather says, 3 years in remission. Chemo almost killed me. Nothing but cannabis, clean eating, healthy lifestyle for over a year now. Not even Tylenol. We need more doctors like these poor sounds that lost their lives. That's right, Heather. We don't want them to lose their voices, and I am so proud of you, and that's awesome, and I'm glad you're 3 years in remission, and a huge congratulations to you, and thinking of you, beautiful. I have been on these. Oh my God, says Sherilyn. All right, guys, I got to get going. Good night. People are saying Dr. Sebi. Yes, Dr. Sebi was amazing. I'm not sure about the Rh negative blood type, guys. I'll have to figure that out, what that was about. Lois says, what's going on? Hopefully you heard. And if water was illegal, I'd still find a way to drink it, says Heather. Yeah, let's hope it's not. Nikki Kennedy says, it's astonishing me to be it's happening under everyone's nose. I know, and no one's doing anything. Stacy, hopefully you heard the update. She said, what's going on? All right, guys, I think we may have actually, if you share before you sign off, I'd really love it, because we're down to 576. We did meet about 1.7. No, it's not rare blood types, Diana. I don't know who said that, but I know some of the doctors, and they did not. A lot of them had just A, B, A+, didn't have rare blood types. Maybe some. God bless all these brave souls. Pharmaceutical companies don't want the people to heal. I started taking hemp oil 6 weeks ago. It has been an absolute miracle for me. That's great. Depression, hormonal imbalance. Great, Rev Trisha. I'm very proud of you. Anyone tried salt therapy? We advertise it heavily here in the East Tennessee. If you're in the business of curing diseases and opposing those with more power in the business of causing disease, rest assured they will try to silence you, says Eric Morris. You sum that up, sir. So very sad. They don't want the truth out. Would be nice if the president would get to the bottom of this. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Swipe left. I turn to quiet mode. Okay, guys, I got to get going. I guess that's a sign because my hand's slipping. It's 12 midnight. All right, I don't want to turn into a pumpkin, so Cinderella's got to get to bed here, guys. Oh, look, the computer's even dying. I've got a broadcast in the morning. I'm going to be on Dell Big Tree pre-recorded, so I love you guys. Thanks so much, Aaron. You're awesome. Thank you, Marika, Brigitta. I know you've been on. Lock your doors. I will. Shared. Thank you. Love all you. Angela, I know you've been on. Karen says, good luck tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for liking and sharing. You can join Holistic Lives Matter. Remember our group. I don't know what happened to it because we lost the whole browser, but I know I'm tired, but just go to Holistic Lives Matter, and not the group trying to sell you coffee cups or we don't sell anything. Where is it? Holistic Lives Matter, Aaron Elizabeth. Not the one with coffee cups with like 20, 40 people. And please give us a like at Aaron at Health Nut News. I really appreciate that. So I've had the site over 4 years now, and we're at 30,000 plus, and probably 32,000 when I get done accepting new people if I find time tomorrow. Love you too. Good night, Diana. Good night, Kat. Good night, Sarita. Good night, Martha. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Jess. Great to see you all. And love you all, and I'll see you next time. Eric says, you're amazing, Aaron. Get some sleep. My prayers are with you. Thank you, Eric, and thank you for your profound statements, too. Good night from Australia, says Liz. Good night. I love your updates. Go to sleep, workaholic, says Randy. Thanks, beautiful. I love you guys all, and I'll see you next time. And go join Holistic Lives Matter, the group, before you go to bed. All right, see you next time. Keeping you and Dr. McCullough in my prayers, says Jane. Night, everybody. Hugs, stay safe. See you next time. And here's to the truth. Bye-bye.